haven't seen that many cheaters lately in the last like week. Cheaters have been at a very acceptable level. I've seen some, but not lots. I'm just expecting that to not be true anymore, especially once ranked comes out. So hopefully it remains the current cheating environment, because it's really not bad at all right now in Warzone. It's totally acceptable. It's good even in Warzone. In my experience in the past week, I'm just not expecting that to continue to hold up. You're lucky the first 10 seconds are important. We are live, boys and girls. Stupid bitch. Welcome to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number, 479. My name is Case, also known as Razinon. Today, I'm wearing extremely comfortable Uggs and pissed, and I'm joined by Tanner in the classic sweatshirt shorts combo, which makes me mad lots every time. And we've got an episode for you today, fellas.
21 away from 500, huh? I hope we get $5,000 in donations for episode 500.
Wait, what numbers did you just say?
We're 21 away from episode 500.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, in episode 500, we're going to do something crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
And exciting. If we get 5,000 United States dollars cumulatively before then. Now, welcome to the show. Today, we have an episode. So as we are recording right now, it is December 5th, which is Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. The patch has just gone live, and we wanted to record earlier than usual, which is what we're doing, because we are going to get on and make the grave mistake, and I mean grave mistake, of playing ranked Warzone after this, which will be a disaster for reasons we will, of course, get into. Not really having much to do with the patch. So what we're going to do today is what we always do, go over the considerable set of patch notes we've gotten. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to get into, and we have some fun and exciting announcements. So stick around for the end of the episode. If you're into that sort of thing, and if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. That's what the cool kids say. We also have 5,000 YouTube subs. We don't. We're hundreds and hundreds away. But hey,
bro's that guy that gets an 18 kill and he's like, I almost got a nuke. Okay, man.
I said, you know what's funny? I said that today in multiplayer. Our team was like stomping the other team on Nuketown. And someone typed on our team, obviously, in text chat, like, chill, I'm 3 away from a nuke. And then the game ended. And he's like, dang. And I was like, I had one, but I decided not to call it in. And I had like 21 elims, like not even kills, elims.
Yeah.
And I got 2 LOLs, which made me laugh. Yeah. So anyway, we will not be talking about my considerable skill at the game of Call of Duty today, though, although I'm sure it will come up, as it often does. We're going to get right into these patch notes. So starting with seasons, BO6 season 1 patch notes. This is the multiplayer / everything but Warzone variety. And then we'll, of course, be covering the Warzone variety as well after this. Now, as always, we've gone over these. Actually, did we get a Season 1 Reloaded roadmap?
We're looking at it right here, man.
So we didn't get a roadmap then. We just got patch notes. Okay.
We're looking at it right here.
Be some.
It's at the top of this blog. They put this.
I don't mean the image. I mean like the blog post, like the roadmap.
Oh no, they just put out the roadmap image like on Monday. That was well. There is a blog post, but I don't know if it's worth covering at this point because we have the patch notes.
It wouldn't be. I was wondering if we had already.
It's showing.
It, I don't remember
it shows like a bunch
that,
of screenshots of the new zombies map, but it's like it's out right now, so we'll just play it at some point and talk about it.
Yeah, so all of that is to say, we will talk about a lot of the zombie stuff though. But if we've already covered something, then we're not going to cover it again here, but we'll go over everything that is newly discovered here. So we'll get to all the good stuff. So starting off, they write a lot of words. They're big and intimidating, and I can't read, so I won't be going over those. New multiplayer maps. We've got Hacienda, which actually was, I don't know when it was confirmed. It was fairly recently and we talked about it. But this is a BO4 map. I'm excited to play that. Another map called Racket, and then Nuketown Holiday, which will be nice. Snowy. And then some
Oh, yeah, I was
LTM.
actually very excited for the Nuketown Holiday. Yeah.
Yeah. And then some LTMs. Ran Snack, okay, so it's play on the new mode. Infectious Holiday. I don't know, Infection, whatever. And now some new weapons. I do want to talk about these a little bit. First of which is the Maelstrom Shotgun, which is just what we need. Merry Mayhem event reward. So this is one of those event rewards, obviously. I don't know if this is a community event reward, by the way, or an individual one. Because for like the hit list event that we had, I finished all my individual rewards in like 10 minutes. And then I was just waiting for, I was going to say the Call of Duty community to get a sufficient number of kills to unlock the next thing. Because you need like 32 billion kills, everyone, for the Siren or something. That's all fake. And we've talked about that before. I distinctly remember the first time they had done something like this, like, oh, once everyone gets 500 trillion kills, we're going to drop this perk. And then 5 minutes later, they released it. I remember distinctly, Tanner and I were like, so this is just fake, right? It's just an actual timer. And they are absolutely not counting every single kill across all game modes. There's no way. So anyway, it's fake. But anyway, regardless, you would unlock all your individual things and then have to wait hours and hours and days and days and days to unlock the community things. I don't know what this will be. Doesn't really matter because it probably won't be good. Here's what they say about it. Clear rooms with this fast firing full auto shotgun. It'll suck a lot. That overwhelms enemies with a hail of lead. The perfect weapon for the new Racket strike map and in any confined area. The Maelstrom requires getting up close. Its heavy recoil and large hip spread, quickly losing effectiveness at range. If you can close the distance first, they're toast. Good luck doing that against the SPAS 12 or whatever it's called in this game. What is it called in this game?
I know what it's called because I've used all the
Dumper?
shotguns and I've leveled all of them up, so I know exactly the name of the one you're talking about and all of them.
I don't remember what it's called at all. But anyway,
the Marine SP, I think, which is
yeah.
what I thought of, so that's why I said that. Yeah.
Right. So this gun will be really bad in multiplayer because that gun is really way too good unless they nerfed it lots. And it'll be even worse in Warzone. And this is why I'm of the opinion we have to stop making full auto shotguns because they are impossible to balance. You either have to make them terrible such that they're not worth using at all, which is what we saw with the MX Guardian, which I believe is the last full auto shotgun we got in a COD game, or it'll be entirely too fucking good, like we last saw with the Street Sweeper, I think released after the, what was the other one? Jack 12? Yeah. So you can't balance them. Stop making them. That's what I always say, but whatever. It'll be launched. AMR mod 4 Snipper Rifle. This is going to be the Archie's Festival Frenzy event reward. Too many words. Down enemies fast with this powerful snipper rifle, providing a one-shot elimination across the upper body, not accounting for armor. Okay. Its high damage is balanced by slow aim speed and heavy recoil, though these drawbacks can be alleviated with the right attachments. It's guaranteed to hit hard. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Getting a new big, bulky bolty. These are the kinds of things I do like because there are only 3 snipers in the game right now, and they do feel quite different from each other, but there could even be more variety. So another big bolty sounds pretty good. And I think this may be far more relevant for Warzone than it, of course, will be for multiplayer. So we haven't gone over the Warzone patch notes yet. Obviously, when we do, we will see to what degree that's true. Because I also don't know. I've like very briefly skimmed the Warzone patch notes, but I don't know like what they've done to snipers in that mode. Do they work? Are you allowed to use them? Can they one-shot down? If they can, this is going to be quite relevant, probably. If they can't, then it almost certainly won't be relevant. Yeah. So
I just wonder when we actually get all these, because this is that event. Okay, I remember which event this was. I think this is one where you collect the tokens and then you go to like a bingo card and you use your tokens to choose what you want. So I think to get the sniper rifle, you have to like basically purchase like 8 or 10 squares from your little bingo card, and then that unlocks it. That's how this event works. Because I saw J-God showing this off in one of his latest videos, because he was saying how the way they do these community events is essentially just a way for them to string out content and make it come out slower and act like it's a bigger deal than just giving us the items or something. But yeah, it's like a bingo card type thing, which we've seen. I don't know if we saw that at all last year. It was during Caldera
like
or Warzone 2. No, we've had it before. It's just like you collect tokens, then you can either spend like 5 on an emblem, or you can like, instead of spending those 5, you keep saving them up and you use like 100 on an operator skin or something.
I remember that, yeah.
So it's something like that.
Yeah. Not too much like bingo then, but I do remember that.
I mean, the way it was laid out in the image looked like a bingo card. That's why I'm saying it.
Okay.
But yeah, you just buy whatever spot you want.
Okay. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll keep you guys appraised, obviously. So apprised. Cleaver, melee, event reward, not reading it. Stop making melee weapons, super stop. Next, new attachments. It's another event reward for the Merry Mayhem. 3-round burst mod conversion, not reading it anymore, actually. I don't care. And another 3-round burst conversion. So they're both for full auto guns, just so you know. The XM4, which is full auto, fires fast, and is like the best weapon in Warzone right now, and is also extremely good in multiplayer. You know what that needs? 1 fewer attachments and not full auto anymore. That's what I would love to put on that gun. So stupid. Stop.
Yeah.
Put this on the DM10 or something. Like, anyway,
we put
I hate these devs.
We put the burst conversion on the
lots.
highest fire rate SMG. I've got that. Yeah.
And on the highest fire rate SMG. Yeah. And the second highest fire rate.
Hey, do you want to? Yeah. Hey, do you want to
man.
take this SMG that's good specifically because of the fire rate and make it really bad because now it's burst? And this is basically like what you're saying with the shotgun. It either makes it broken and then they have to quickly patch it because it kills in like 2 bullets out of the 3 across the map from the burst, or it's just so much worse than the base gun. But it's just fluff content that they add to make it to make it appear that things are being added to the game, but they don't matter.
Correct. Exactly. Yeah. Like literally don't matter at all. It's just super lazy dog shit. Just don't release attachments and spend more time fixing, I don't know, working on Ricochet or something. Well, Ricochet doesn't do anything, so work on the cheaters, I should say. New multiplayer perk and wild card. Okay. So in the season launch window, we will be getting shrapnel radar for the recon specialty, which is blue. It's a event reward. Blast damage dealt from AoE lethals, tacticals, and field upgrades. Mark the injured target on your minimap. We have gone over that. Sounds not very good, but potentially decent. I don't know.
Just the thing that marks on the minimap's kind of interesting because it's like I know where the grenade blew up, so I know he's over there anyway. So getting a ping on my minimap doesn't matter. If it was like the wall hack thing where it showed their outline, then it would be very good. But I mean, on the unless it stays on the minimap for a second or so and you see people running around. But I doubt it's gonna work like that.
I was thinking it was wall hacks too, but you're right. Yeah, like literally, yeah. If I get a hit marker, I know almost exactly where the guy is every time.
Yeah.
Like I threw it in a room. I'm looking at 2 corners. And I get a hit marker and he's not in the 2 corners. Okay. I know where he is. So anyway, yeah, probably ass, but whatever. And then the high roller wild card, which lets you equip a 4th score streak. So that's pretty cool. And we had talked about that already. The new map is out. Citadel des Morts. And they write a lot of big intimidating words about it. I can't read. New zombies enemy, the Doppelgast. This is new info. We have a little picture here. It looks like the average operator skin hitbox in Call of Duty Warzone.
Oh, yes.
Because it has 2 heads. So like head 1 the one that looks like is my head, will be behind a wall, but then there's an invisible head too, in which I will be shot. This is what your character model, your hitbox looks like, not your operator skin. That's what the zombie skin looks like. Looks cool. They write words about it. I won't be reading them. These words I will be reading, though. New zombies, Perca-Cola, call them perks, Vulture Aid. Okay, I have not played zombies much, so this is new to me, but here's what they say about it. Evidently, this was in BO2. Consume a can of Vulture Aid Elixir once you find the monstrous avian sculpture of a Perca-Cola machine, and you'll discover an increase in the variety of loot dropped from enemies. Additional loot takes the form of essence vials and small ammo drops. This is only available and visible to the players with Vulture Aid active. Then unlock the full power of the perk by ensuring augments are added. That sounds really good, especially when you're using some of the really strong weapons in this game. So if you're using whatever, a Pack-a-Punch 3 belt-fed light machine gun, you kind of have enough ammo all the time, and you won't really usually, at least in my experience, go dry until the next whatever dogs round where you get your max ammo thing or whatever. But if you're using like the Mustang and Sally or whatever, or a ray gun, you run out of ammo lots if you're using that a lot. So getting like some ammo from, or more ammo drops is really, really clutch and extremely good if you're using those types of weapons. I actually really like this perk, and getting obviously extra essence is always good too. So they say some more about it. Vulture Aid is available on the new map, along with the 8 previously accessible zombies perks. Note that some of these 8 perks are only available via a Der Wonder Fizz machine, which tracks. I think only on Terminus is there an individual little station for every perk. Although I guess now even that's not true, because Vulture Aid, unless they added one to that map, I don't know. And then, yeah, Vulture Aid is available on Liberty Falls and Terminus via the Der Wonder Fizz machine. So, cool. Okay. And then they go over the augments for it. Not going to read all of these, but they have released augments for it as well, which is dope. And a new zombies ammo mod, Light Mend. Bullets deal light, as in elemental damage. So there's a new element, and it's called light. Okay. Each bullet has a chance to transform a normal or special enemy's health into a healing glyph that moves to nearby injured allies. This ammo mod can be used in all 3 zombies maps, along with the previously accessible ammo mods, assuming it is chosen in an arsenal machine. And it's unlocked as a reward as part of the new event. That sounds not good at all, actually.
It's kind of weird.
I don't want to be low on health. I'm in mortal danger if my health is low. And then some little glyph coming toward me far too slowly is not going to save me. I would much rather use like, what's it called? Dead wire, so that I'm not getting attacked anymore. That's going to save me a lot more health. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all those other ones would, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, this does not sound very good. Reading the augments, they still don't seem that good.
I will say, however, even if this is trash, which it kind of is, it will at least be another ammo mod that can trigger in the pool when you have Elemental Pop equipped. So that makes Elemental Pop a little better. Adding literally any ammo mod will make Elemental Pop a little better. So maybe that becomes a little bit higher of a priority perk for you for that reason. And then there are some augments. Maybe they make them good, but we won't be reading
Doesn't look like it
right now or ever. Maybe, no, never probably. New zombies field upgrade, the Tesla Storm. For 10 seconds, lightning connects to other players, stunning and damaging normal enemies. It can be used on all 3 maps. That sounds pretty good, actually. If you're a solos player, which most zombies players are, because they're, well, you know. it won't be that helpful. But if you do play with friends or you like random fill in or whatever, this is actually really good. And I also wonder, because I think we've seen this before in Cold War.
Yeah, I was in Cold War.
If there is a limitation, if there are limitations on it. So for example, if my teammates line of sighting me, like there's a wall or building between us, does the electricity still connect us and go through the walls? That would mean it's much better than if it didn't, obviously. And also, how about distance? So if I'm on, you know, if I'm at the like Der Wonderfizz on Terminus, and then Tanner is on like the southwesternmost island, will the lightning connect us that far? That would be insane if it did.
No, it's not very far. And then one of the augments here is increase the range that it can connect to allies.
Okay.
I don't know how this works in solo. I wonder. Because, yeah, most zombies players don't have friends, so that'd be a good thing to note on the patch notes since, you know, people don't have friends, Treyarch.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Because they're in a state of major depression, clinical major depression, because of you and your game, which we'll get into. But anyways, yeah, that's cool, I guess. That sounds actually good, again, by the way, if you do have teammates. So we got some new Gobblegums. Power Keg spawns a full power up. Timeout lasts 3 minutes, clears all normal and special enemies, and end the round. Normal spawning will not resume during this time. That's insane, actually. For doing Easter eggs, that would be really good. Because then, like on the Terminus Island Easter egg, for example, the hardest part of that is the swarm of manglers that come to fuck your ass, lots. So if I could just get a 3-minute reprieve and only focus on shooting the stupid eyeball or whatever of the Kraken, that's a long time.
That's pretty busted OP. That's why it's ultra, I guess. Makes sense.
Yeah, because it clears all normal and special enemies, which I believe means everything besides the Kraken during the Kraken fight. So that would be really good.
Aren't a lot of those called like elite zombies? Elite enemies? What's the difference between special and elite?
My understanding is normal is regular zombies. Special is like manglers or the grabber dudes. What are they called? What's the dude that grabs you on Terminus? Abomination? Is that what it's called?
No, the abominations are the one that shoot, isn't it? Yeah.
Amalgamation, I think, is a special enemy and a
or
mangler.
something. Amalgaman.
Or amalgam, yeah. And then I think like elite enemies are like abominations and I don't know what else it is on Terminus Island.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know. Either way, it's going to be good for like that type of boss fight though. Oh, but it says it and ends the round. Yeah, I'm curious how exactly that works, but I think it would be good for that regardless, because there are a ton of normal zombies, and even if you can just clear them out for 3 minutes, even if there are still like manglers and amalgams, they're going to be way easier to navigate around because you're not going to get body blocked by zombies, because that's what gets you killed. You don't get killed because like they're cracked and they headshot you a lot or something. You die because they eventually swarm you and you can't move your character.
Yeah. And
then you just get shit on. So even if it's just normal zombies, that would be really clutch. But yeah, I don't know exactly what a special enemy means. So anyway, holiday cheer. Zombies have festive decorations. This is like a whimsical one, so it doesn't do anything. This is funny. Wow, I never thought of this. There's a new zombies training course coming in season 1 at Reloaded launch. The zombies training course allows you to learn the basics if you're a new or casual player, or refresh your knowledge if you're a more seasoned player. Polish your favorite armament and drop into Liberty Falls. Yeah, so that's cool. I like that. The zombies training course is funny. I like that. So, cool. If you need this, by the way, there's no chance you can operate modern machinery such that you have a console or computer. Honestly, it's zombies. It's really not that complicated. But for the 6-year-olds, I guess, who play on their father's accounts, this is cool.
Yeah.
I will say. So. Anyway, and then a new LTM zombies mode. We had questions about what this would mean. Now we know. Jingle Hells, which will be launching December 17th. So it's 12 days from today. Deck the falls with boughs of holly as the Jingle Hells festive LTM returns. Last seen in Cold War, Jingle Hells drops you in what could optimistically be called a winter wonderland.
There's one little pile of snow in the background, by the way.
Oh yeah, there's a little pile of snow. As the... Where was I? The entirety of the Liberty Falls map is festooned with wreaths, ribbons, twinkling lights, Christmas trees, garlands of fir tree bunting, and a thin blanket of snow. Although something feels a bit off, not least the melting piles of slush stained with bloody entrails. Huh. So that tells me nothing. I mean, other than the map
it's
got
decorated.
some snow and decorations, which is very cool. Is that all this is, actually?
Yes. There's probably some other small little things that are different, but I mean, yeah, the zombies have like Christmas lights on them and stuff. That's about it. So
it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks cute.
It looks cool. But
it's funny how they put this live
LTM
December
mode,
17th, by the way, whereas last year in Warzone, we got the Halloween event like July 4th, and then it went through, you know, the end of November. I've got it. But now we have this cool like event with snow and stuff, and we get it for a week. Got it.
Right. Yeah.
I hate them a lot.
Anyway.
All of them.
Yeah.
Game devs, that is.
Yeah, pretty much. If you make a multiplayer game in this year, we don't like you. Camos. So next section is called Global. By the way, that was not very long on zombies, but I guess there is more later. So there are some camos. Okay. This is really weird. I want to read this because I've seen this floating around, but I haven't looked into it myself yet. Controller stick sensitivity was the next update. The controller stick sensitivity slider system changed from a 1 to 20 scale to a 0.1 to 4.0. Okay, hate it. This will give players finer control over their sense values and more transparency on the effect of their changes. Previously set sensitivity settings will be maintained. Okay. So, I don't hate this, actually. This is fine. Basically, the minimum sensitivity before the patch and the maximum sensitivity before the patch are going to functionally be the same, but they're just going to have different numbers. And the reason they're doing that is so that you can, if like 6 is too low for you, but 7 is too high, well, now you can do 1.9. And then that'll be somewhere in the middle, or excuse me, 1.7, which would be right in the middle of 6 and 7, for example. So they're just giving you a little more granularity and letting you be in between what the current sensitivities would have allowed. I don't see this as strictly necessary, honestly, because you can always just, which is what I do, set custom sensitivity per zoom level. So like I have 7.7 right now as my stick sense, but my ADS sense is at 0.9. And I could even do 0.91, 0.92, and have a ton of granularity. It just wouldn't apply to hipfire, which you scarcely do on controller anyway. So this is going to be just more confusing than helpful, probably, at least in this transitory period. But overall, I guess it's fine. It's just very weird. They give you a table so that when the game updates and is supposed to apply the new value that corresponds to the same sensitivity, but it doesn't work, you can reference it and then manually set that up yourself. So a lot of people are on 6.6. That would be 1.6, 1.6. Those would be your new numbers. If you're on 7, it'll be 1.8, 1.8. If you need any other numbers, go look at the patch notes. We have them on screen right now if you wanted to do that, but there you go. Next, multiplayer. A lot of words that are big and intimidating. Some map and mode changes, not going to read those. Weapons. We will be releasing a large weapon balancing patch shortly after the launch of Season 1 Reloaded. It'll address some common pieces of feedback we've been seeing. Here are just a few of the high-level changes with detailed notes coming later. Headshot damage improvements on full auto weapons. Full removal of idle sway at the start of ADS on sniper rifles. Apply that to marksman rifles also. Reductions to visual recoil, sway, and bob. I think all three of these things are a W.
Yeah.
I like all of this.
I wish the idle sway, maybe that'll be tied into the bob. Well, no, I guess they do say reductions to visual recoil, sway, and bob, so never mind, yeah. Because idle sway across the board. I've been saying this for a long time now. Just get rid of it. Get rid of idle sway in the game. There's no reason to have it in the game. Reduce it by 80% on all guns and just leave it at that. We don't need idle sway. So I'm glad they're reducing it. Hopefully it's a substantial amount and not a, 5% buff to idle sway.
Yeah. I agree. Because I wonder what the start of ADS on snipers means. How long does that last?
Yeah, it's that first period that, I don't know what.
100 milliseconds or 900. Like, that's a big difference. So it's still, no matter what the value, basically, that's a good thing. But particularly the reductions to visual recoil, sway, and bob, that's going to be very nice for a lot of SMGs, I would say. And then the headshot damage improvements on full auto weapons. I haven't seen much discourse about this. Although obviously people have been talking about it. I think the idea is they need to be reliably lowering your shots to kill if you're hitting like 1 or 2 headshots on most full auto guns. Because otherwise, why go for headshots outside of camos at all? And also, the more headshot damage everything does, the less overpowered nasty head glitches are, which there are lots of in multiplayer. So I think overall is a good change. And I'm excited to see exactly what the details will be.
Yeah. Maybe the black helicopters is their going back to MW19 type crouching, like we were just talking about. So they think snaking's going to be an issue, so they're improving headshot damage. Black helicopters, you never know.
Yeah, we'll certainly see. Gunsmith addressed an issue that displayed incorrect movement speed values on some weapons and detailed weapon stats. I don't like to see this because there are lots more issues with the Gunsmith that ought to be addressed now, or even mentioned. For example, many of the attachments, I don't know if this is I actually don't know 100% if this is true in multiplayer, but I'm like 90% sure that in Warzone, almost all of the attachments do actually nothing. Like literally nothing.
In
like
Warzone?
Slide to fire speed does not get better, for example, or jumping ADS speed, whatever. I don't know if that's true for multiplayer. Maybe those attachments actually do work. I will look into that.
Why are you saying they don't work in Warzone? Just from you using them, you don't feel a difference? Is that kind of what you're saying?
From that and from True Game Data's website.
Oh.
For those two reasons.
I wonder if his stats are even...
He lists the attachments and they just don't show anything.
Maybe he just didn't finish all the attachments, I wonder. Because all I know is one of those, like an SMG, I was trying a couple different rear grips, I guess it was, in the firing range, and one of them was supposed to cut the time of slide to fire from like 300 milliseconds to like 140. And after testing it in the firing range, I literally couldn't tell a difference, even though it was half of the speed. Half the time.
And you probably would be able to tell, yeah.
So. That's what I was thinking. So either there's just something bugged with the firing range, because also like you can equip reticles on guns and they just don't show up in the firing range. So who knows how many bugs there are with that. I mean, maybe it's fine in full game. But, yeah, I wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of feels like we're closer to like MW2 in the gunsmith regard of things just not working or attachments not doing what they say they're supposed to do or stuff like that. It seems pretty broken again.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it seems that way to me. And that's the problem with these integrations and releasing games that are very buggy. Is that you can't trust anything. it's kind of like the same thing with cheaters. Like if someone really good kills me, I'm like, is he actually good or is he just cheating? Like, I don't know, because there are so many cheaters that you kind of begin to doubt even legitimate players who just happen to be very good. Same thing when the game is extremely buggy. You're like, okay, well, I mean, can I trust that this attachment does this, or am I just wasting a slot? No idea. I will never trust the gunsmith again. So, cool. Anyway, moving on from that, theater mode. Okay. I'm not reading any of that, actually. Perks. Recon combat specialty bonus of the HUD edge indicator will now only display when an enemy is ADS'd. So another nerf to recon. And then improved auto ping from tracker in free-for-all modes. I like the recon combat specialty nerf. I don't think it's very big, but basically before, if someone was like ADS'd and pans past you, you would get a high alert alert. But now they'll have to be ADS for that to trigger. So, pretty, maybe substantial nerf. Something to keep in mind. Let's see. Score streaks. I won't be reading, actually. Oh, this is a good change. Fixed an issue with the classified vote option that was causing it to frequently select the same maps in some playlists. The classified vote option will now randomly select one of the map or mode selections not shown in the two visible lobby vote options. It's good. Let's see. Some calling card challenge fixes.
They buff daily challenges.
That's really good, actually. Reduce the amount of progress needed to complete various multiplayer daily challenges. This is good, and I hope they keep doing it because they probably have not gone far enough yet. As a dailies enjoyer, now that there's a prestige mode out, for all three modes, the dailies are not created equally. I mean, you'll have one that says, get 50 elims with the enforcer specialty. Like, okay, that's 2 games, and I don't even have to try. That's really good. And then another daily will be kill 10 enemies stunned by your concussion grenade, which is impossible. That would take it would take so long. I had done like 1.5 games of full games of stakeout. And between people running tac mask and the window being so short, so there were multiple times I would concuss someone and then kill them shortly after, but not shortly enough after, so I wouldn't get credit. I said, I'm done. I'm not doing it. That daily should be 1. Kill 1 guy stunned by your concussion, or remove that equipment and daily altogether. But this is a good change if you like doing your dailies. So anyway, and then some other little changes, and then ranked play. Updated restrictions. So the following items are now restricted to match the latest CDL Pro GAs. So they are following the GAs in the CDL playlist once again. I think the CDL players are super cringe for GAing everything that's fun or interesting, but whatever. I guess this is probably better than not doing that. So that includes the Krig, Model L, Extreme M4, the SOG, and then all snipers.
Oh, in all modes. That's good. All snipers in all modes. Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. I see tweets even from like a lot of CDL players or former players, fans that just always say things like, the CDL players just don't care to see the game grow. Like they ban everything interesting. Like a really crazy sniper clip in a CDL search match, in my opinion, that's like as exciting as you can get. And they GA it. They just get rid of it.
Right. Yeah.
It's just so fucking boring to watch. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not going to like it either way, but it's just, when I can think of like the most insane plays in Call of Duty that are like, holy shit, like this guy just did that. It's almost always with a sniper, and they just remove shit. They all use the same exact gun. It's just so boring. It's so boring, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate the CDL and their players people who watch it.
Yeah, they've also removed all AR and SMG mag attachments. Okay. And then smoke grenades on all modes as well.
Just use default mags.
So, what? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Hacienda will be in, though, in ranked.
That's good. One decent map.
Yeah. Rewind control will be removed and replaced with Hacienda control.
We might have to run some Hacienda, man. Take it back to BO4, play some Hacienda hardpoint.
That'd be fun. What is Rewind? What map is that?
It's that one long map that's like it's the one nobody likes, right? Where it's like the like the old rental, like the TV or the movie rental place or something.
Oh, that map.
That one?
Terrible map. Yeah, Hacienda's much, 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 much better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the mini Liberty Falls, basically, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's pretty much it for that. And now zombies. Lots of general gameplay updates. We're going to do a quick skim. A couple noteworthy ones here. Reduce the number of mangler spawns at mid to high rounds. Very much needed and good. Implemented a maximum cap on active manglers in the game, ramping up until the cap is released. I believe they mean reached at round 100.
Is it released or reached? Is it supposed to? Maybe it is supposed to be released so it becomes incredibly more difficult after round 100.
Well, it says implemented a maximum cap.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense either way. Yeah, implemented a maximum cap on active manglers, ramping up until the cap. See, I'm thinking like the cap explodes at round 100. That's what I'm thinking they're trying to explain, and then all the manglers start spawning again to make it harder. But
maybe.
Who knows?
I have no idea. But either way, that's probably good because there are far too many manglers in far before round 100. So reduce the mangler's arm cannon health. That's also good because that's one of the strats to kill it really quickly is you just knife its arm and then it like instant dies. So now that's even easier. Significantly reduce the length of special rounds by reducing the number of spawns and adjusting the spawn delay rate for special rounds. This is dog rounds.
Yeah,
so on
I like
Liberty
that.
Falls, it is the spiders. And then on Terminus, it's the flying bugs or whatever. These are notoriously slow rounds, and they're really boring and suck.
They're
lots.
so boring.
They won't be slow and suck as lots.
Because they're not hard. It's just a boring, annoying round. It's like I dread now when you get to those rounds. It's like, oh my god, just give me my max ammo and get on with it. I don't care. Pisses me off. So that's good. For sure. Oh, slightly increased damage scaling for base zombies at round 150 to 400. That's good because we were getting to, what did we get to that one time? Like 450 or something? This will make it a little bit harder for us.
469.
Okay, yeah.
And then we decided to hit an exfil.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is possible at round 469. Address an issue that would prevent zombies from spawning normally after loading a save. So you probably can't do that little cheese strat anymore. But whatever. Let's see.
I've been seeing a bunch of TikToks, by the way. All of those crazy, like, difficult Dark Ops challenges, or just a lot of the calling card challenges for zombies, there's a way to cheese all of those with bugs through restarting the game. Like, I've seen, I think, 3 TikToks of ones that you can complete by leaving the match and then spawning back in. One is killing, like, 2 of the amalgamans or whatever they're called with, like, 1 explosive shot. It's like you get one shot, you leave the match, you spawn back in, and then for some reason there will be 2 of them spawned. Then you get the other one shot, and then you shoot at the ground with your explosive sniper, and you kill them both at one time. Like, that's impossible to do without doing that strat, basically. That's very difficult. Just bugs galore. Because the devs suck a lot.
Lots. Okay, so let's see. On the zombies topic, the Krieg, Sog, Siren, and Power Drill can now come out of the mystery box.
Okay.
Let's see. Addressed the bug where you could use the Thrustodyne M23 alt fire, which is the suck function, without a cooldown. That was one of the other cheese strats that people do to get really high rounds. Yeah.
That's what all of them do. Interesting. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't even look at their screen. We were talking about that one day. The guy's just like reading chat and just like pressing the button on his controller every so often.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so a couple other things. Let's see, keep reading. This is a good one. Max armor power-up will now also fill the player's reserve plates. It was a terrible power-up without that functionality, so now it's actually good.
It's
very cool.
Should have always done that.
It should have always done that. Yep, day one shit. Let's see. This is fixed issues that were preventing lots of zombies calling card challenges from tracking correctly. I would love to see that in Warzone as well, because literally every single game of Warzone I've ever played since BO6 integration, I have gotten far more than 30 eliminations and also won the game. And there's a Dark Ops challenge for having done that, and it just doesn't work because I don't have the calling card, even though I've done that in, once again, every single game I've ever played. So fix it. Hopefully we'll see that. But I'm not going to read them all. There's lots on the zombies topic. Let's see. And then again, reduce the amount of progress needed to complete various zombies dailies. That's also good because those were not created equally at all either. Particularly ones where you'd have to get like field upgrade kills. It's like, bro, my field upgrade isn't even charged until like round 12. And I have to get 500 kills with a whatever energy mine. Like, come on, man. It takes too long. Way longer than everything else. So anyway, a couple UI fixes as well, none of which I'll be reading. And that's that. So yeah,
multiplayer.
That's it for multiplayer / zombies. So actually not too much zombies info, actually, which does make sense. So if this sounded like, oh, zombies didn't get that much, it got a whole ass map, bro. There's going to be a ton of zombie stuff now, but it's all nested within the map, and they're not going to like explain to you all the new stuff.
Yeah, I mean, a new map in zombies, that's the most amount of content you can get. Also, the blog post that we're not going to cover is what actually goes over stuff like that. This is just more patch notes, so it's talking about what they fixed and changed. So that's also why it seems like there's just not a lot, because most of it's not covered in this.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But zombies did get a lot. I'm excited to play it. But that's for another time. Hello, stupid, dumb idiot. Today, I'm pleased to announce that for the month of December, Patreon memberships are 50% off any tier. Gold for $2.50 for an entire month. Ad-free episodes, early access episodes, and 3 Call of Duty bonus episodes every single month. You can get a higher tier, also 50% off, but Gold's probably the most bang for your buck, or if you're new, it's probably where you'd want to start. But the Q&A episodes for Platinum patrons and behind the scenes episodes and Damascus Hangouts for Damascus patrons, of course, also go bonkers. And you could get into all of that action for 50% off in the month of December. You can also gift Patreon memberships. Does that stack with the discounts? I have no idea, but if you wanted to gift your terrible, terrible teammates a Patreon membership so they can get better, that's a swell idea, and you might be able to do it for 50% off, but you can certainly do it for 50% off for your goddamn self so that you get those bonus eps and you don't have to hear ads like this one ever again. Let's get back to the show. Next, the moment we've all been waiting for, because here's the thing, right? Multiplayer and zombies before Season 1 Reloaded were playable and fun. And by and large, quite good. So it getting a patch, just don't ruin it, and I'm fine with the patch. And that's exactly where I stand. It sounds like they did not ruin multiplayer or ruin zombies, so I'm still happy. Just a little more happy with multiplayer and zombies than I was before, because it's still not broken, it's still fun, and now there's new stuff. Cool. That is not the case with the patch notes we're about to go over, which are, of course, for Warzone, which is not good or fun prior to Season 1 Reloaded. And they have the most work to do, lots of work to do, to rectify that. So there are going to be 3 questions here. Question 1, one thing I'm looking for, is what they say in these patch notes good changes? Question 2, if they do say they're making good changes, did they actually change them or just go on the internet and tell lies? Because lots of times they will say, hey, we fixed the quick fix perk. And then they didn't actually fix the quick fix perk. Oops. Okay. And then question 3 is, will any of this matter? Or is TTV Moon, notorious cheating assfucker of Razinon, me, still playing the game and already top 250 on the Warzone ranked leaderboards? Because if that question is yes, there are lots of cheaters, lots and lots and lots of them, then it actually doesn't matter if the patch is perfect and implemented perfectly also. Nothing matters if there's a cheater in every game. You have to remember that. So keep that in mind. We're going to go through these patch notes. Don't get excited. You're not allowed to get excited until you've played hours and seen an acceptable number of cheaters, which is like 1 every 2 hours. That's like acceptable. That's bare minimum, actually. Until that happens for a couple days, you're not allowed to be excited about Warzone. You're an idiot if you are, because here's what I'll say on this topic as well. What I'm assuming is going to happen is that these patch notes are going to look good. They will be implemented probably 80% of what they say they'll actually change. And then they'll also have another 20% changes they've actually made but didn't write in the patch notes, so everyone's going to be surprised by it. Exclusive Ace keeps his job. And then also there will in fact be lots and lots of cheaters, and even if the patch note is very good and the patch is very good, none of it'll matter because I will be getting wall banged by level 7s. So let's see. We'll go into it, and I hope it's good patch notes because that is step 1, but I really hope there's lots of cheating bans daily from here on out forever. There won't be, but here we go. Season 1 patch notes. Okay, so the same thing with the controller stick sense they changed, whatever. Warzone game update. They write words. Got it? Modes. Okay, we got
Hold on.
LTMs
They do
here.
focus on something right in the first paragraph. Season 1 Reloaded update focuses on a number of bug fixes, quality of life changes, server performance improvements, and more. Okay, once again, they're saying things that we like. Let's hope they actually do it, which we won't know by the end of this pod. We are going to read it all, but we're not going to know until Saturday.
That's correct. That's exactly correct. Yeah. So we will get into the implementation of these notes and if there are cheaters on Saturday for sure.
Yeah.
We will let you guys know. Don't worry. And by the way, I hope I'm wrong because to be fair, to be very fair to Activision, I haven't seen that many cheaters lately in the last like week. Cheaters have been at a very acceptable level, in my opinion. I've seen some, but not lots. I'm just expecting that to not be true anymore, especially once ranked comes out. So hopefully it remains the current cheating environment because it's really not bad at all right now in Warzone, like at all. It's totally acceptable. It's good even in Warzone. In my experience in the past week, I'm just not expecting that to continue to hold up, especially based on what we've heard coming out of the multiplayer ranked play scene, which requires you buy an account or get access to an account that's bought the game and is not free to play like Warzone is. Yeah. So we'll see. Anyway, modes, LTMs, Holiday Rush, deck the halls of Area 99, which is a bad map. The verdict is in. It's not a good map. Sorry. Wish it was. It's just not. Join the festivities in this fast-paced resurgence mode as players compete over valuable presents. Keep an eye to the sky for a special guest.
Who could that be?
Watch out for yellow snowballs.
Shut up.
Player count 5. Squad size quads. Map area 99.
Yeah, it's 4 versus 1. Yeah.
That's how every game I
It's
play
me
is,
spawning
so.
in against 4 players who are speaking Spanish in prox chat. They all have an 8.5 KD at least, and they're stacking. Yeah, and one of them is also cheating.
One of them's walling. Yeah, exactly. So they say the player count's 40, but
that's good.
It might as well be 5. It's far too few. And then Sleigh Ride Resurgence.
Oh,
is an LTM.
Urzikstan's all covered in snow for Battle Royale?
Let's see. Undead Santa returns to Urzikstan.
Oh.
Battle against players, defeat Undead Santa and his zombie henchmen, capture Codmas trees for powerful loot.
Oh, wow.
And race to control the Urzikstan train in this festive, action-packed game mode.
Game sucks.
Player count, and this is not a joke, 56. And for those of you paying attention, that is less than half of the normal Urikistan player count. So I've got that.
Yeah, it's resurgence mode.
Yeah, but still,
and it's not good.
Yeah. I guess if it's centered around the train, it probably should be about that small, to be fair, actually. So it's an LTM, so whatever.
Yeah.
Squad size is quads, and it's on Urikistan. Could be fun. We've seen pretty much exactly this LTM before, but when we had seen it before, it was fun, actually. I remember it. I was controlling that train, call me Thomas, and we won the game. Lots. So it was cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, some playlist updates. Okay. Not reading them. And now on to ranked play. So this is is a lot to get into here. A lot of stuff that from what I've seen actually looks fairly good, but I am not excited at all because I'm expecting there to be fucking lots of cheaters. So we'll see. But again, the verdict will be in on that, at least from our perspective for you guys, on our next episode on Saturday. Ranked Play BR makes its triumphant return after being gone for months and months and months and months and months and months
and also a year
on December, and also longer than 12 months on December 5th, 2024, and it's been entirely too long, and we deeply apologize. They didn't write that. The playlist update will go live shortly after the Season 1 Reloaded update deploys. In order to access this mode, players must place amongst the top squads in at least 30 matches to be eligible to queue up and begin climbing the ranks. In this case, top placement is defined as finishing top 6 teams in Resurgence or top 15 in BR. This is not difficult. If you've been playing the game, you've already done this. This will retroactively apply. And if you haven't done this yet, you either really don't play that much or you're hard stuck pubs, which is hilarious and really funny.
Don't make fun of those people, man.
Insult hard stuck pubs because you can't get top 15 teams in BR. By the way, if you are hard stuck pubs, I strongly encourage you to play quads because the more people that are on your team, the fewer teams there are. It's a lot easier, to get top 15 in quads than it is in solos, for example, on Urzikstan, because that's 15 out of 120 versus 15 out of 30. So yeah, do quads. But don't be hard stuck pubs. Come on, man.
Yeah.
God, that's a great insult. I can't wait to continue using it. Lots. Anyway, here we go. Competitive settings. Oh, okay, so ranked Warzone will be on Urzikstan. It will be Battle Royale, Big Map BR.
Oh, wow.
It'll be trios only, and the player count will be 120, which is what it is now. I'd prefer more, but that's, a topic we've beaten to death, and I don't know if the servers can handle it. So yeah. Competitive settings. Select weapons, attachments, equipment, perks, field upgrades, and streaks are restricted based on competitiveness and player feedback. So here is a list of things that will not be allowed in Warzone Ranked. And a lot of this is relevant. So for weapons, all launchers can't use them, and all modern warfare weapons you cannot use either. So this includes MW2 and MW3 weapons. Most people are not using modern warfare weapons. Especially with the buffer weight stock, I would just much rather use a 100 round XM4 that has no recoil and can penetrate everything. Curious if they changed that. Very excited to see. Doubt it.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing that actually.
I haven't seen that come up yet either, and it's a massive problem, but we'll talk about that more as we get to those kind of points. So anyway, yeah, this isn't super relevant, not having MW weapons be allowed, although some of us have been using modern warfare weapons. For example, Jake Down of Dropshot Infamy, who is falling off, has been using the Car 98K from MW3 and doing quite well with it. But he won't be able to do that in ranked. Because that's like a really effective actual sniper. Because you get aim assist. You can still one shot down, just not from very far. And it rechambers really fast.
Yeah.
So it's actually really good. And you will not be able to use that in ranked. So, and then another thing for me, what I've been using has been MW melee weapons, like the Soul Render. I've gotten not that many kills. I think 3, though, kills with that gun because you can animation lock people, and I would have died if I only had a knife. So maybe it's a baseball bat meta if you can animation lock people in Warzone with it. I don't know, but something to keep in mind. And then launchers being gone, very good. Thermal optics are all banned. Underbarrel launchers are also all banned. The CHF barrel is banned. This barrel gives you more headshot damage, but at the cost of recoil control by a substantial amount, and I think bullet velocity. So it wasn't ever worth using anyway, but I think this is probably one of their anti-cheat measures. Since they can't just ban them, they try to nerf them, which will be ineffective. And then fire mods, rapid fire mod, which is not really good on most weapons, is banned, and then Dragon's Breath is also banned. So far I have no objections to any of this.
No.
I think these are all fine. And then other restrictions, no reinforcement flares. I rarely see them anyway these days, but this is probably good.
Yeah.
No foresight score streak. This is extremely good. No sentry turret. Don't really care, but fine. No bird's eye perk, which is the perk that allows you to see ghosted enemies if you have a UAV up. Kind of a weird choice, because most people aren't running that anyway, but I guess I'm fine with it being gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be a ghost meta, actually.
Yeah, exactly. No specialist perk in ranked, which is obviously very good. I really like that. And then here's one that I was a little surprised by, and I think is ultimately a good thing, but it pisses me off because I like this perk, alertness. This is the perk that gives you, it's like high alert, kinda. If you're getting looked at, you get a little whatever glimmer. And then if an enemy is nearby, it'll say enemy nearby on your screen. 100% of the time, someone's nearby you. So it's really good for chasing people down or finding little rats that don't move their fucking characters. And there's an epidemic I've literally, and I'm not joking, never before seen in Warzone. I have never seen this many rat fucks who don't move at all in Warzone, ever. I'm not kidding. I've played since day 1 of Warzone. I've never seen it so ratty on every map. It is weird. And it pisses me off a lot. So I run alertness so that when we just fucking slam 1 kid, 2 kid, 3 kid, going for 4, and he's nowhere to be found because he's terrified. He's shitting his pants. And he's just prone behind a counter. With alertness, you can sniff him out like a bloodhound. Okay, I'm going to go to this building. All right, the indicator disappeared. Okay, I'm going to go west. Indicator still didn't come up. Okay, I'm going to go south. Indicator didn't come up. Okay, I'm going to go north. Now I'm getting the indicator again. Okay, so I've narrowed it down. And then you eventually, finally, zero in on them.
This happened yesterday.
Ranked.
Wasn't he hiding downstairs in like a...
In a cubby, in the darkest cubby on the map, behind the counter. Yes. Yeah. It took me, I'm not kidding, 90 to 120 seconds to find the guy.
Yeah, he didn't move.
And I never would have found it without alertness, but I had to like actually do this little stupid strat. So anyway, that being gone is interesting. I think it's a good thing, again, because as much as it annoys me that people rat, and they will do so even more in ranked, this is also an extremely cheesy perk, frankly.
Yeah.
The enemy nearby thing is the cheesy part. The high alert aspect where you get an indicator that you're getting looked at, I think that's fine and would be fine for ranked. But knowing always when someone's close to you is pretty busted. So I think overall it's a good thing that it's removed. And that also does free up a perk for me in the yellow slot. And I will be going to tempered, almost certainly. So, something to keep in mind there.
Yeah, tempered's a good one.
Yeah. Some vehicles got removed. The cargo truck and the Triumph TF250X.
I know what that is.
I do know what that vehicle is. Yep, so do I. We both do, actually. Big game bounties and elite contracts will not be in ranked. Both of those are good. I think those are both good. And then prox chat, text to chat, emotes, and gulag events are also not in ranked, which sucks. Lots.
Yeah.
Mainly prox chat and text to chat.
The
I
worst,
don't like why they remove that from ranked. That's where I want to be the most toxic. Let me.
It's unfortunate because now when some team gets spin botted, they can't tell the whole lobby, oh, there's some guy spin botting Trump Tower in downtown, by the way. That's unfortunate.
Yep, for sure.
I'm assuming it's a dirt bike too.
Emote anymore, at least.
That's true. I've emoted. I know why I did that. I know how I did that. I meant to. Yeah. I assume the Triumph is a motorcycle, but I didn't know they made dirt bikes. It's kind of where I'm at.
I've never even heard of that brand or company, whatever. Anyway, the next thing they write, this year features a tighter ecosystem of weapons to choose from, particularly those only from BO6. This enables a finer look at a balanced ecosystem and allows us to be more responsive to competitive issues. This is actually a great point I'm surprised I didn't think of. This is extremely true. Limiting the ranked weapons to only one game makes their job and therefore the competitive integrity of ranked play much easier and therefore much better. Because if you don't have to balance 800 assault rifles, then you can actually balance pretty well because you're not just overloaded with too many things to try and balance at once. This is a good point from them. And I really support this actually after having read that. So yeah, that's a great idea. Are there any things, so that's the list of bans. Are there any things that should be banned that are not on here?
One-shot snipers. So it seems like we're going to have one-shot snipers in. You would think that would have been put on the restriction somehow, maybe like no one-shot downs, but maybe it's going to be in the weapon balancing. But yeah, that's true. A lot of things. Spring mines, blast traps, because that's going to be a lot more common in ranked play. Late circle, late game. When people are in buildings, they're just going to throw spring mines and all that down. Because I swapped to blast traps because we would get down to them often. But as soon as I swapped to them, I played 3 or 4 matches in a row where I did not have a scenario where I could have used one. I just never even used them. So then I just went back to frags. I'm like, these are really, really good, but you have to be a special type of piece of shit rat player to use them effectively, and we just aren't, unfortunately. Yeah. But in ranked play, that's going to change, so I might actually use these. Oh, but since we're the people pushing the buildings, frags makes more sense. If you're the type of person that sits in buildings, then you should be using spring mines or blast traps.
Specifically, I think blast traps are better because they're like unavoidable.
They both honestly seem unavoidable, but yeah, I don't,
Maybe.
I'm not sure what the actual damage is on them.
Yeah, that'd be actually worth investigating, but I died of both of them lots, actually. So anyway, I don't know, man. I'm trying to think. So yeah, one-shot snipers is not here. I think that's fine. I think I as annoyed as I am at all the snipers in every map of Warzone right now, I do think they're balanced. I just, for whatever reason, everyone's using them now.
It's because there are a lot of viable ones too. Yeah, it's like the max headshot range you can get is what, the cat, and it's like 110 meters, 120.
Yeah, it's like not that. Infinite.
That might even be, oh wait, no, you can't use that in ranked, so never mind, because that's not a BO6 gun. I was going to say that might be the one to use for ranked play where it's a lot slower. You might want that extra, 30, 40 meters of one-shot potential, but
you for sure would if you could. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that should have been banned that wasn't.
Probably lots that we'll think of when we die in the first match. Probably the first death, you'll think, oh, that should have been restricted. Cheaters. For sure. Cheaters should be restricted.
Cheaters should definitely be restricted too, and that is not listed here, which is a glaring omission.
Yeah.
But again, we'll talk. Yeah, Tanner's right. On Saturday, we will have a list of further restrictions that really should be added to the.
Yeah, we'll get a list going.
Ranked pool. So yeah. Anyway. Global weapon builds is a section here in the ranked place Warzone patch. Any global weapon build you create in ranked can easily be used across loadouts in other game modes.
Thanks.
Conversely, you can bring any builds you've created outside of ranked play. Okay. The 1 to 50 rank and skill division system from previous versions of ranked play has been streamlined to focus what matters most in Warzone ranked play, your ability to dodge cheaters lots. And they use the word skill for that. In Warzone, your rank now represents what was previously your skill division and tier. We've gone over this. So the star system is gone. It's focused entirely on skill. Everyone begins at bronze 1 rank with 0 SR. How SR works. Gain SR by winning matches and eliminating players.
Okay.
For players above silver, a deployment fee is paid up front. This is a new development, which is interesting. And with the other changes that we're going to get into, I think this is a good change. There is no longer a SR penalty for deaths. So how it worked last year is that every time you died, you lost SR, depending on what rank you were. That is no longer the case. You won't lose SR for dying ever. That also makes more sense too in big map versus a resurgence mode, where dying doesn't matter nearly as much. If you die, that's enough of an SR penalty because you're probably going to lose the game now, or your teammate's going to have to buy you back, which is like a huge expense and risk. So there really doesn't need to be an SR penalty for deaths anymore on big map on top of the just gameplay penalty that you incur by dying. Both individual and team performance impact how much SR you gain or lose per match. And new this year, SR gain from LTMs depends on the rank difference or delta between you and the eliminated player, as well as the number of teams remaining. I need to blow my nose.
Yeah. So rank tiers and SR requirements. Players progress through 8 ranks by reaching SR milestones. All ranks except Iridescent have 3 tiers. So that's all the same. Which is, yeah. So you got bronze and silver, 1, 2, 3, gold, 1, 2, 3, plat, diamond, crim, 1, 2, 3, iridescent. So that's all the same. The SR requirements the same. Correct. Crim 75, iridescence 10,000, which we should have that. What is today? Thursday? We'll probably have that Monday afternoon or so.
Probably not by Saturday yet.
Yeah.
But next Saturday for sure.
We'll be there by then.
We'll show you guys. Yeah. Because there won't be lots of cheaters. The end of season SR setback has been adjusted to reduce the impact for players early in their rank journey. This will also make sense for reasons we'll get into later. Basically, it's going to be harder to gain SR now. So your setback next season will be less as a result of that, which is a good thing. So yeah, if you're unless you're decent, because if you're diamond or higher, you'll start at diamond 1 again still. So top 250 and leaderboard will be full of cheaters, so I won't be reading any of that. Elimination rank delta. So here is the new thing that's kind of the most interesting, at least so far, which is that when you kill someone, the amount of SR you earn depends on your, again, delta, the difference between your rank and their rank. So that's going to be cool to get into. Here's what they say. LTMs now factor in the difference in skill between you and the victim. Keep in mind, by the way, if you're wondering, are taps back? Do I need to get my taps? Eliminations doesn't mean kills. It means kills or assists. That word is the same. So it does work like it did last year, meaning if you get damage on some guy and then someone else kills him, that's going to count as an assist for you. And in this game, they call that an elimination. So new this year, assists/kills now factor in the difference in skill between you and the victim. This more accurately rewards overcoming a high-ranked player and lessens the impact if the skill delta is too wide, via players being brought into a match with friends or otherwise. This skill delta reward changes depending on if they are plus or minus 3 ranks from your own. Okay, so one thing I don't know, and I don't think they get into, is what they mean by rank. So for example, if the rank delta is -3, meaning I am 3 ranks higher than Timmy Shitterfuck that I just killed, I will only get 3 SR for that elimination. But if the rank delta is +3, meaning I kill, by some act of God, Biffle, I would get 10 elimination SR. That's a big difference, and there are separate values for all the deltas in between for a total of 7. And if you kill someone of your rank, you'll get 6 SR for that elimination. Which again is an assist or kill.
This is good because all of the cheaters will be going for the best players in the lobby that are ranked higher than them. So if we're not the best players in the lobby, they'll leave us alone, you know? because they won't get as much SR. They'll get negative SR for killing us, and then they'll get 10 SR for killing the other good players in the lobby. So that's really good for us, man. Fantastic.
Yeah,
actually.
surely.
Because there will be lots of cheaters, by the way.
Lots of cheaters, almost certainly. What I don't know from this is what rank delta means, meaning, okay, if I'm gold 1 and I kill someone gold 3, is that a rank delta of 2 because we're 2 numbers away on the same color, or is that a rank delta of 0 because we're the same color?
Considering there are basically 7 ranks, I'm assuming it's just the rank.
Based on color,
because we have bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, crim, iridescent.
Specify those are called ranks, so you're almost
and then top
correct.
250 would just be under the same as iridescent, I would imagine. So
they actually might classify that as a different rank.
Then maybe top 250 is a rank, and bronze and silver are together, because if you count top 250, then there's 8. So I don't know.
Yeah, but that's fine. Oh, you're right. Yeah, they didn't write that down. So maybe like 7 plus or 3 plus delta, you'd still get 10. So if a bronze player kills a top 250,
I would assume.
I think that's how it works.
I'm assuming top 250 and iridescent's going to be the same, honestly. But yeah, doesn't matter. We'll figure it out eventually.
Well, no matter what, the rank delta can be over 3.
Yeah.
Like a bronze player can kill an iridescent player. That delta is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Which is not in their little table. So yeah, either way, yeah, it doesn't really matter. And I think you're right. Yeah. So if you're gold 1 and you kill someone gold 3, you're not going to get any bonus SR because there is no delta. Rank delta refers to different colors. Yeah. So I do like this. I think this is cool. And I think it makes sense because in a game mode with 120 players, you can't have like a lobby full of Crimson players like you can in ranked multiplayer. That's not going to happen. So there are going to have to be shitter fucks in your lobby, and you should get less SR for wiping them than for wiping another like iridescent team or something. I think that probably makes sense. And then here is the placement SR. Or actually, here's what they say. These points form the base SR you'll obtain from an elimination, with an additional amount granted depending on teams remaining. So you get whatever the delta number is, plus 2 extra bonus SR for an elim if you're in the top 40. And then plus 3 at top 30, plus 4 at top 20, plus 5 at top 15, plus 6 at top 10, plus 8 at top 5, and then 10 for first. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, so here's what I'm confused about. Is this a multiplier system? Or
no?
Does it depend on when during the game you get the elim?
Depends on when during the game you get the elim. If you look in Warzone general,
first then.
If you kill the last guy to get first place, probably. I'm assuming that's what they mean. If you kill the last an elim for the final person left, that would then grant your team the first place win. You probably get 10 extra SR for. It's got to be that, right?
I'm assuming you're correct because that's how it worked last year, but they should not have written first because that's really confusing. Because, yeah, what else could that? I mean, it literally couldn't mean anything, technically. That's probably what it does mean. That's weird. Yeah. So we'll see once the game starts being played. Ultimately, doesn't matter too much because, honestly, here's the deal. If you're playing ranked Warzone and trying to grind SR, you're going to try and get lots of kills and you're going to try and get first place. So like whatever SR you end up getting is almost, as far as how you're going to play the game, it doesn't matter. You're always going to play the same anyway. So like, you know, it would be nice to know. It would be nice if they could write patch notes that were clear one time, but they haven't again. So additionally, a maximum elim SR cap is in place at 150 SR. This means you have a known target to try to achieve before the end of the match. Hit your elimination cap and win the game for the maximum yield. Previous versions of Ranked had an uncapped system, which led to balancing issues and unintentionally invited bad actors to exploit this for unrealistic gains. We'll be monitoring the effectiveness of the cap and may make additional changes here as the data comes in. What they mean by bad actors, by the way, is like there's one team left in Resurgence. I drop $30,000 at the buy station and let them buy their teammates back so I can keep farming more kill SR, which you had to do if you were top 250. Otherwise, you would win with 20 kills and still have negative SR because the deployment fees were so insane. So with all the other changes, that might not even have been necessary, but they've taken it out anyway. In theory, I don't like the idea of a max elimination SR cap. In practice, 150 SR from elims is going to be tough to reach. That's a lot of kills.
Oh, yeah.
Let's assume there's no rank delta for any of your kills. How many times does 6 go into 150? I know the answer.
You do.
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's the answer.
It's a lot. The answer is a lot.
Yeah, so when I first read this yesterday,
kills, I think.
I thought they were saying the max SR period you can gain is 150. I didn't realize it was elim because I was like, that's kind of weird. They put a cap on the max amount of SR you can gain, but it's just elims. None of you listening will ever hit this, so it doesn't matter.
It is assists and kills, though.
That's true,
really
actually.
Good game, you probably could hit it.
But also, you'd also have to base
really high.
Yeah. I mean, half of these kills you're going to get like 6 SR for.
Or even less once you get like diamond
Exactly.
and up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Crim especially.
Yeah. It's hard to guess how any of this is going to work by reading it. It's simply we'll see in about 2 weeks. See how it's going.
Yeah, I agree. And by the way, before I forget one other thing, last year we had every season a list of challenges that would grant you tons of SR for getting them. So you would get bonus SR for getting 25 kills, 50 kills, 100 kills. You'd get bonus SR for placing top 5, top 3, first place. And if you completed all of those, it totaled to like 1,000 plus SR. And that reset every season, so it could really boost you up in your rating. I don't know if they're bringing that back. They haven't said anything yet in these patch notes in either case, but I did like that system as well because it got really good players out of the shitter bracket quickly so that gold players didn't have to get stomped by Scump for more than one game because he would just immediately place first, get 120 kills, and get a bonus 1,500 SR on top of his win SR, which was 100,000. So then he'd already be out of their lobbies forever. Good idea. I hope they bring it back. We don't know. We'll see. So next they go over the deployment fees. Starting at 10 for Silver 1, and then ending at 95 for Crim 3, and then for Iridescent and up, 100 SR, plus 5 every 500 SR above 10,000, up to a maximum deployment fee of only 150 SR. That is a lot less punishing than it was last year, because I think it was like 240 or 80 or something, which is a lot. But this makes sense because you can gain less SR as well because there's a cap on elims. So I like what they're trying to do, but like Tanner said, we have no idea if this is good enough or not until the game launches. And if this is a bad SR system or an insufficient one, I would not blame Treyarch at all because no one, including them, I would expect to know how exactly these numbers should look until you launch it and then see what happens.
Yeah.
And then they can tweak it and it'll be fine. But if this is not perfect, I'm not expecting it to be, and I won't be mad if it's not. What I will be mad at is if there are lots of cheaters, because I do expect that to not be the
You think
case.
there will be a lot of cheaters? Yeah, I think there will be too.
I do too, yes. But a perfect SR system I'm not expecting or, going to be super mad if it's bad. And they'll change it as the, seasons go on. Next are the rewards. So they show the ranked one for like playing the game, I guess, and then gold all the way up through cheater and best cheater. Ranked play offers a variety of rewards that you can earn through gaming. Okay.
These are cool looking because also can't you equip these immediately now? So as soon as we hit gold today,
yes.
you can start wearing the skin, which I like a lot. I like that change quite a bit.
Yeah, because before, to flex your gold skin, you had to end a season at gold because that was the worst operator skin you could get.
Yeah.
So it was quite rare, and I enjoyed running it. But now it won't be rare because you just have to hit it once, and as soon as you touch it, you get it. So that's cool.
Yeah.
But this is interesting. Ways to earn rewards. Top placement challenges. These are available at launch and earnable in any season. Complete top placement milestones throughout your rank play career to unlock exclusive rewards. So that's not tied to your SR at all. That's just tied to how many wins you get or top placement.
And you can already see a bunch of these since the launch of season 1. There are emblems, there are weapon stickers that show what it's for. Like there's one weapon sticker that's for 500 ranked play wins. 500.
Wow.
It's just this giant sticker that says it's not worth it at all. It's a giant sticker that says like ranked or something really dumb. But you can already see a lot of those. Some of them are cool.
Yeah.
And extremely difficult. Too. One is like a lot of elims. I swear it was like, God, was it 10,000 elims? Maybe it was only 1,000 actually, which that won't take long at all. But they seem cool.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. And this kind of helps provide something to players that are just not very skilled, still having something to grind for. Because you can grind for whatever 50 top 3s in ranked and be hard stuck gold, and that's still doable. And that's kind of like how the star system was. It gave people something to grind for in ranked, even if they were hard stuck. Pick a color. So that's pretty dope. The ranked operator skins, these are the same as last year. These are based on SR, obviously, for every rank, and they look good, by the way. I like them a lot. I like them better than the multiplayer ones. It looks like the multiplayer one, except you don't have a plate carrier. You just have a hoodie, and your hood is down and not up. I think those are the two differences, the two big ones that I can notice. I think they look better, actually.
I think they look better, too.
Yeah, I like these lots. Okay, let's see. Season rewards. Introduced at the start of each season, only available during that season. That includes seasonal win and elim challenges, the rank rewards for each SR, and then top 250 rank rewards, yeah. And then flex reward items. Seasonal rewards that change with each new season. In Season 1, players earn an emblem, calling card, and large decal representing their highest attained rank, starting in silver. Future seasons will introduce new types of flex rank reward items. That is kind of the same as last year. Like for some seasons, you would get like a crimson weapon charm, and then for other seasons it would instead be a crimson like decal or weapon blueprint, or weapon camo or something. So that's cool. The structured reward system ensures that players are constantly rewarded for their efforts while keeping seasonal content fresh and exciting. So that's cool. And then some career rewards. If you top place 5 through 300 times, you get stuff. Yeah. It's like a decal, a melee blueprint, a weapon camo, a spray. Oh yeah, what happened to sprays?
They're in the game.
Sprays now?
They've been in the game. People just don't use them.
How do you equip it? Is it through the emote wheel thing?
Yes. Uh-huh. Same thing.
Got it. I didn't know that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, cool. Let's see. Yeah, so then they just go over some more stuff. And then some more Season 1 rewards and their requirements. So, if you get 1 win, you get a weapon charm. If you get different numbers of elims, you get different stuff. And then, obviously, for the ranks as well. And then they say top placement is defined as finishing among the top 15 teams in BR. So, that is not hard if you play the game. And again, gives people that are not very good stuff to grind for that'll still take a long time, making the lobbies more diverse in terms of skill, making the game more fun for you if you are a sweat nerd. So that's cool. Competitive integrity features. Okay, here we go, because I'm very interested in this section. Players who disconnect or quit matches will face SR penalties and temporary suspensions. Repeat offenders will receive escalating penalties. That's good. Players will not lose SR under the following circumstances. A match-made player DCs or leaves the game midway through a match. Players can still earn SR if they overcome the disadvantage. However, if they lose at a numerical disadvantage, No SR will be deducted from players outside the leaving player's party. Okay, wait. Oh,
If your teammate disconnects, you won't lose SR.
Correct, but if you're in the same party as them, you will lose SR. They have to be outside your party. So if you like solo queue ranked and some guy that also solo queued is on your team and he disconnects, then you won't lose SR. But if you're in the same party, you still will. And this is so that you can't cheese it and just have some guy who always backs out if you guys are in a pinch. That's a good idea. I like this. If you lose your first match of the day, it'll be forgiven, regardless of rank, and no SR will be deducted. This forgiveness does not stack. And then if you have demotion protection. If enough players DC before a match starts, the match will be canceled and will not count. After advancing to a higher rank, players receive temporary demotion protection for the first 3 games in their new rank. During this time, no SR will be lost. After the initial protection, if players lose enough SR to be demoted, they will first be dropped to the minimum threshold of their current rank. Losing their next match will result in demotion. And this also applies to players' first 3 games of each ranked play season. So if you reset on season 2 to like Diamond 1, you can't lose SR for your first 3 games. So, okay, cool. Full parties of 3 can now play together in ranked play regardless of individual ranks. Skill matchmaking will be based on the highest rank in the party. So exactly like pubs. Player skill restrictions for 2 or 3 player parties are as follows. Bronze to platinum, no restrictions. Diamond, you can play with, or party, excuse me, within 2 ranks. So that would be gold to iridescent. And then iridescent and crimson players, can party within 1 rank. So that'll be, yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I understand. Okay, yeah, that all sounds pretty good to me. Anything noteworthy to you so far here, really?
No, not really. Pretty much all standard stuff for this part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On, it was warm.
One of the bigger things is I'm wondering if any of these SR forgiveness, if this stuff will actually work. Because I think, remember in Almaz, a bunch of that was bugged for a long ass time. Like it would say if you got disconnected for some reason, or if your teammate disconnected, you wouldn't lose SR, and then you always would anyway. So this is one of those things where hopefully it actually works, because there were a bunch of bugs with that before. And
yeah,
we already talked about it.
They won't.
And we already talked about it too, but the not losing SR for your first match of the day that you would go negative SR, I like that change.
Yeah. They originally did that for ranked multiplayer. We assumed it would come to Warzone, which, yeah, we've now confirmed it has. So that's cool. The hot streak thing is in. I mean, you get like little flames, which is fine. More hot streak levels have been added in BO6. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool. I like those a lot, actually. Yeah, the little hot streaks are fun. They
are cool. Yeah, they're like, they don't really mean anything, but it's nice to see them. It was actually unironically a good tool to dodge cheaters, actually, because you would die in the pregame lobby. You would see they're on purple fire, and they're rank 2, but they're iridescent, and you'd go, "Oh, this guy's cheating. I'm leaving," and then you would disconnect. Yeah. So there you go. Performance. So that's it for ranked play. Yeah, excited to play it because I'm stupid, and see what it's all about and see if I can dodge the cheaters. So looks good on paper, but yeah, how well is it actually implemented? Like, are the things they say going to actually work? And then also, there's still a lot of other bugs that are in the game that we may not have gotten to yet. Hopefully they talk about them. Let's move on from that. Performance, server performance enhancements. We've implemented several updates designed to boost server performance, ensuring a smoother and more reliable experience. Because remember, Activision recently made a tweet and they said, hey, we're aware of a bug where you're seeing blood splatters even though you shouldn't, because you actually missed the guy, even though it looks like you're shooting right at his body, which is why blood's coming out lots. and then it got community noted. That's how bad of a lie it was. And the COD community noted it and said, basically, bullshit. Your server sucks, actually.
Well, they
That's
showed
what's
clips
happening.
too, and it's like you can see the bullet tracers going and hitting the guy directly. It was a perfect shot. And then it's like, what are you talking? There's no way. There's no way that's happening. It's 100% just major server issues. So I don't believe this anyways. It doesn't matter. And again, we'll get back to you on Saturday, but I doubt any of that's going to feel any better at all. And frankly, I don't think it'll feel much better the rest of the year. We'll see small improvements, but it feels like Treyarch, if a Treyarch game, but Warzone.
Exactly.
They've never fixed it before, so I don't expect them to figure it out now.
Yeah. So now we're back to, including that point, we're back to just all Warzone, not just ranked. So this applies to everything unless obviously it's restricted and ranked. Fire sales discount for specialist has increased to 50% up from 30% to be in line with other items. Terrible change. Already way too easy to get specialist because there's way too much money in this game. Now it's going to be even easier because it'll only cost $15K.
I wonder if they adjusted the money because I don't think it's anything they said in the patch notes, but they end up doing a lot of little meaningful changes, but then don't put it in the patch notes for some reason. So I'm wondering if they adjusted the cash on the map because that's way too much cash for ranked play big map right now. Way too much cash.
Yeah, one thing they did adjust, which I think is in these patch notes, we haven't gotten there yet, is that there was an unintentional amount of money in the gulag.
Yeah,
so
I saw they did that.
That actually will help a lot. That actually will help a lot.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Yeah, because
we'll see.
I mean, you come out of the gulag with 12, 15K.
Like regularly.
Yeah.
It was insane. Yeah. So there's going to be a new perk. It's in the blue slot. So it's competing with Survivor, probably, called Reflexes. Triggered explosives detonate on a delay when sprinting past them. You know what? I didn't think this would be that good, especially because of how good Survivor is. But if I'm running stims and people are using as many blast traps and spring mines, you can throw 3 simultaneously on the ground now, by the way, as they have been for me in the last 2-3 weeks, I might be running this unironically even in ranked, actually, to get away from those goddamn blast traps and spring mines lots. This actually might be good.
I guess it doesn't give you a warning like Flex either, right? So it just triggers the explosive, which is complete dog shit, unfortunately. Because before,
Flex, yeah.
Because before, like if I was running Flex, you'd be like, oh, there's like explosives in this building. You know, if it's a teammate who's not running Flex. But now we're all going to push a building. You're going to be the only one with 3 Flexes. I'm going to trigger it anyways, and then you're going to get downed because you also never knew it was there. It just delayed the explosive. But since I ran into it, you're still dead. It's a dog shit trash perk, and they should make it a lot better. And also, don't put the little icon for it as a headset because it's not Flex. It has nothing to do with headset audio. It has nothing to do with footsteps. It's really dumb. It's really, really dumb. And I'd thought about this when they first announced this. I'm like, maybe it is going to be like Flex, and they, of course, just don't word it correctly. And then I was watching that JGod video where he was all pissed, and it was funny because he was like, I don't know what genius thought of using that emblem when it doesn't have anything to do with audio.
I did not notice that.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Yeah, classic. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, for ranked, you're probably right because we'll be stacking more, but I regularly die to blast traps and spring mines because I'm the only one that pushes like that particular door or whatever. In which case this would be really good and wouldn't get my teammates killed. But you are right, in ranked, probably going to be stacking. So
yep.
Even if we all have reflexes, the first guy will start the delayed fuse and then it's just going to kill whoever is behind him. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably try it out though, but maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, that's going to be unlocked via the holiday event reward. So next was a change that really needed to happen, which is the bunker buster. They removed it. Psych. They nerfed it. Also psych, kind of. Increased maximum damage from 237 to 300. Gotcha.
Cool.
Hey, gotcha. That's a terrible, awful, dog shit, trash, bad change, actually. No one wanted that. No one wanted that. By the way, for those of you who have been paying attention, 300 maximum damage, that is the maximum amount of health that your character can have when fully plated. Just so you know. So this will now one-shot you. Lots. Cool.
Yeah, and I did honestly forget that trophy systems can stop it, so
yeah, they
might have to
say more
actually
about it.
start carrying one of those.
But without a backpack, it's going to be...
It's hard to take that
tricky.
over other things, especially in ranked play. It's like that over Muni, armor,
yeah,
a PRD.
Because there's not enough ammo in this game. Yeah, true.
Oh, by the
Great
way,
points.
maybe ranks just won't come out at all today because apparently there's a bug where enemies just aren't dropping ammo. So I don't know how you can even drop ranked play right now with that in the game. So maybe we won't see it come at all today. That's the bug right now. Got it. They're either not dropping any ammo or far less than they are supposed to. So we'll see.
Which isn't a big deal because there's lots and lots of ammo, and when you hit immunity, you fill up your ammo.
That's true, and I'm sure they fixed that, and that should be in these patch notes probably because they definitely fixed it.
Imagine I'm doing the classic emoji, but much bigger than you just imagined it.
Yeah,
much bigger. That's what I would say to that. So anyway, on the Bunker Buster, decreased the minimum damage from 112 to 50. So if you're on the periphery of the Bunker Buster radius, you'll take less damage. But if you're in the splash zone, then you will be downed in one shot. When the trophy system intercepts the Bunker Buster, and remember, the trophy system needs line of sight to intercept it, excuse me.
Oh, it does, huh? So they're trash. Yeah. They're
trash, yeah. So this is just a buff to Bunker Busters. The only way this is effective is if someone is, or excuse me, the only way a trophy is effective is if you're on a roof and you trophy on the roof, and then when you get bunkered, you, stay on the roof, I guess. But at that point, I'm just going to move to a different part of the roof, and I wouldn't have needed a trophy anyway. The only time I would really want a trophy to help is when I'm not on the roof and can't maneuver as well because there's like a team below and above me or something. So yeah, I mean, the trophy thing barely matters. And I'm not saying a trophy system should intercept a Bunker Buster through the ceiling. That's not what I'm advocating for. What I'm instead advocating for is removing this fucking kill streak.
Yeah, this is insane.
Take it out of the game. It's a bad
This
streak.
is going to get annoying in ranked, actually. This is because Bunker Buster is especially good in ranked. Late game, people are in buildings. Yep. PA's useless. Clusters useless other than if you time it perfectly and you try to cut off an area where they're going to have to be running. So, cool. Fun. Love the devs that developed this video game and continue to work on it and develop it.
And they're not bad lots at developing video games. Yeah. So with the adjustments to how the trophy system will cause the Bunker Buster to detonate, they say, we wanted to make sure that it remained competitive. Idiot.
So
there is now an emphasis on being accurate with the delivery to maximize the damage. In what universe do I see a guy on a roof and then I'm like, okay, I have to put this bunker right on his head because he only has 10 seconds from now until he gets the indication until the bomb drops, and he won't move at all in that time? You can't be accurate with a Bunker Buster. It's not possible. Unless you don't give them a noti, which is also not what I'm advocating for. I definitely want the noti, but when I get one, I'm moving my character. It's not going to land on top of my head. So this is so dumb. You want to maximize precision or whatever. I don't know. I could be wrong on this. Maybe I haven't thrown enough Bunker Busters before, but I doubt strongly that I am. So we'll see. In instances where the trophy does not intercept, players can now expect better results for accurate hits and a significant fall off when inaccurate. And also note, they did not remove the gas element of the Bunker Buster. If they added that on top of all these changes, I would take it, honestly. I would take it. But it's going to do more damage now if you're close to where it goes, which is going to happen lots because they're going to Kobe you and call it in before you're there, and then you're going to run into it, and then it's going to land on your head with no noti, and then you're instead going to be one shot down, and there's still going to be gas. Terrible, 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 terrible perk. Kill streak. Anyway, whatever. I hope I'm wrong, but I doubt it. So anyway, the new sniper is coming. Oh, the new sniper is semi-auto, AMR mod 4.
Yeah, it's a Barrett.
Semi-auto sniper, very high recoil and slow rate of fire. Okay.
Oh, you
so
can
we talked
steady
about that
your
earlier.
aim while ADSing. That's good to know. So you can steady your aim
great
on
to
a
know.
sniper. Thank you.
Thank
Perfect.
you, yeah. So yeah, anyway, the new shotgun they talk about, and the new melee weapon, which I refuse to mention. The 3-round burst conversions, don't care. Weapon adjustments. Here we go. We want ARs to remain competitive long-range options, so we're increasing the velocity of all BO6 ARs to help with engagements at range. I like this. I don't know if it like needed more velocity, but it certainly wouldn't hurt, and I would definitely take it. So this is good. Along with buffing some AR's damage ranges that were underperforming. And they made that a separate sentence. We will continue to evaluate and adjust as needed. And then they get into some tables showing particular changes. So we're not going to read all of these to you, but we'll kind of go over some highlights. I'm also a little disappointed immediately because in reality, what the BO6 ARs need more than velocity is horizontal recoil control by default.
Yep, across the board, every single one.
Every single one, because nothing is good in terms of BO6 ARs except for the XM4. And the only reason the Extreme M4, is a good assault rifle is specifically because it is the only AR that you can put a stock on that helps your recoil control, the new buffer weight stock. And that attachment literally does not exist for any other BO6 AR. So on an XM4, I can have, recoil springs, underbarrel, stock, and muzzle if you wanted to do that. I could have up to 4, I'll probably run 3. On every other AR, I can only have up to 3, probably running 2, because I want a silencer. That's why the XM4 is really good, and that sucks, because you actually can't use another AR if you want to do well. It's like a really good stock attachment. So that sucks.
The funny thing is with all of that, even that buffer weight stock, the gun still has substantially more recoil and horizontal recoil than like any meta in MW3 we had. Like the DTIR, like all of it. With all those attachments, it still has more recoil. It feels like it doesn't have a ton, but when you actually don't control the recoil and look at it, it still has a lot of recoil compared to what we've been using the last year.
Which I think is good. I think we should have ARs that are meta, that are less brainless to use than the DTIR was, or the STG
Not horizontal, though. I hate the horizontal. It's impossible to control. There's nothing you can do. It just makes the recoil feel random. If it was more vertical only, that's fine. But then also they're gonna fix
diagonal.
They're gonna change a lot of the visual recoil too, so that might make them feel better. But it seems very bouncy because the fire rate as well.
Yeah, that's true too. So. Well, let's keep reading. So anyway, the AK, for example, now has a longer first damage range and second damage range and third damage range. And here's a look at the bullet velocity change. 760 meters per second base to 830 meters per second base for the AK, for example.
That's high for an AR, 830. It's good.
That's substantial, especially considering once you put on attachments, those work on percentages. So if you put on a long barrel, reinforced barrel, say that gives you 10% more bullet velocity. Well, 10% of 760 is 76 more meters per second. Now you're going to be getting, with that attachment, 83 more meters per second. So it's actually a lot more than just 70 more meters per second on your current meta AK build. It'll be more than that, because each velocity attachment will be giving you more as well. So this is good. I like this. Aim's got nothing but the velocity increase.
Gun sucks.
The ASVAL sucks. The Goblin, which has an impressive rate of fire, by the way, 740 to 800. Yeah, so pretty much done reading all these. Basically what they did was either buffed the velocity only or buffed the velocity and damage ranges of all of these guns so far, of literally all of them. Got it. So, yeah.
Oh, Model L is
DTIR?
770 to 822, so that's probably the second highest.
For which gun?
Model L, 820 velocity now.
Yeah. So still sucks compared to the Extreme M4.
Yeah.
They nerfed the DTIR more, don't care. All BO6 subs have had their reload speeds increased by 10%. I like that, lots.
Only
I
subs,
like
huh?
that.
I thought it was everything. Okay. Jake baited me yesterday. He said they increased reload speeds again. I figured he meant everything. Cool. Thanks, Jake.
Yeah, that's crazy comms from Jake.
This
And
needed to
he's
say
pulling off.
increased reload speed by with all BO6 guns by 25%, but okay.
By lots percent.
By lots percent.
Symbol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots.
This is a good start though, but yeah, I would like that too. So anyway, and then some other SMG changes. Let's see. C9's minimum damage range was increased by 1.3 meters. Super doesn't matter, but its headshot multi was increased by 0.4, and its leg multi was increased by 0.13. That makes that quite a bit better, actually. We're not going to go into all these details, but a lot of these BO6 subs have had multipliers raised. Headshot, upper torso, arms, lower torso, legs. Pretty good. I'm sorry. That's only for 2 BO6 SMGs. That's it. I thought that was going to continue on the same trend. C9 and the Compact 92 have way better multipliers now and a little bit more range now. So maybe worth investigating. But those are the only changes there. And then changes to old guns that can't pen. LMGs, they write some words. The goal of these ADS speed adjustments is to bring LMG handling more in line with our intended baseline values. The location modifier changes make engagements feel more consistent and less punishing if you hit a few lower torso shots mixed in with upper torso. We'll continue to monitor how they feel. Okay. No one's really using LMGs right now, except for the Extreme MG, because it has the buffer weight stock option. But let's see what they did. So for the GPMG, more range. And then higher upper torso and arm multi. Aim down sight speed increased by 50 milliseconds base, which is pretty good. And then bullet velocity increased by 60 as well. Pretty good. The PU Stinky, also known as the PU21, don't use it. I don't care how much they buff it, it sucks. The Extreme MG was upper torso and arm modifier nerfed, increased by 0.04. 60 more velocity, and 30 milliseconds faster ADS speed, so a little buff there. The Raw Protean. This thing was busted, disgusting OP.
Thanks,
the
Giga
aftermarket
Dad.
part conversion kit for the Raw. It has been nerfed lots. In its first damage range, which is now 40 meters instead of 30 meters base, instead of doing 45 damage, it does 25 W.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot less. And at its longest damage range, it now does 20 instead of 30 damage, which is also a lot. So this is very good. Gun probably sucks now. And then all BO6 marksman rifles have had their reload speeds increased by 12%. We want marksman rifles to be better at longer ranges. In order to help achieve this goal, we're increasing the velocity as well of BO6 marksman rifles. Oh, wow. So the AEK, 900 meters per second base velocity. That's a lot. And then some other things. SWAT range buffed a bit, and its arm multiplier buffed from 0.82 to 1.0, which is a lot. There you go. BO6 shotgun reload speeds increased by 8%. Okay. And that's pretty much that. For lootable SMGs, updated SMG mag sizes to be larger than 30 rounds. This did piss me off a lot because you would find like an orange Jackal, which is otherwise quite good, but it only has 30 round mag. And I'm not using that in Warzone. I'm just not doing it. So this is cool. Custom loadout colors. Weapons that players infill with or respawn will no longer show as a single custom loadout color. Rather, they will now have a weapon rarity color based on the number of attachments. This is cool too, because it'll help you more easily distinguish between a like an overkill 5 attachment custom weapon versus a gunfighter 8 attachment weapon. Not a huge deal, but I like having it. This is a great change. If true, Reduce the reverb effect volume on Urikistan.
Wow.
Huge W. Huge W, because that effect, remove it altogether, it baits me lots.
So, why is that only on Urzikstan?
Great. That was my follow-up question, Tanner. Yeah, why only on Urzikstan? Because it's also really bad on Area 99. Not so much on Rebirth, but on Area 99, I will get baited almost more often than I will on Urzikstan by reverb audio. Yeah. So I don't know why it's only on Urikistan. That's a great question.
Yeah. Okay.
So cool. Next section is bug fixes. And there are subsections, which is good because they need to organize this lots because there are lots of bugs in Warzone. Starting with perks, which is a big one because remember, I'm not kidding, 5+ perks are bugged currently in Warzone. So let's see if they fixed all of them. Fix an issue with custom perk packs where the pack was named customed when it should be named custom perk pack. We are not off to a strong start. We're off to a terrible start. Don't put this in the patch notes at the top. I hate it. Fix an issue with custom perk packs where the pack was showing as legendary rarity when it should be shown as loadout rarity. Horrific start. Fix an issue with the scavenger description where it did not call out that it provides cash. It didn't com that it gives cash. The perk will provide 1,500 cash from the packs that drop from enemies. You know, that's a lot. That's a lot of money, dude.
Is
it worth running? Probably not. But I mean, in ranked, if you kill a team and one guy's running scavenger, you just got 4,500. Probably buy UAV.
You just about got UAV money every team you kill. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Survivor's good, but if Scav is that good, especially since you just get more ammo, and that's also an issue in general, it might be worth running.
Also give you lethal and tactical, so you'd also get your stims back, which helps you not having Survivor.
I think so.
Yeah.
And it also gives you an extra plate. What else does it give you? It might be worth running, to be honest. Yeah.
Actually, huh?
I've been considering Scav since the game came out from time to time. I always think that because none of the perks are great, so that's interesting.
And yeah, like Survivor's really good in a smoke meta, but one other glaring omission here is a huge nerf to tracker, which did not happen. So smokes are going to suck. I mean, they're not going to be better than stims with how good tracker is right now. Everyone's going to be running it and it's uncounterable. So I don't think it is going to be a smoke meta, actually. I think it is going to be a stim meta. And if you have stims and scavenger, you're really not going to miss Survivor that much. You'll get revived more quickly, which is quite good, but the delayed health regen or whatever, if you have scavenger, man, you're probably going to almost always have a stim when you need it. And now you just have like infinite UAV money. Yeah, that's pretty strong, dude, actually. Or you can buy your teammates back more often. You can buy self-reses, gas masks, balloons for late zone. Like, that's pretty strong. I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, scavenger for ranked big map Warzone might be the play. And again, because the game doesn't give you enough ammo in any way. So that would also help with that a lot. Instead of always being out of ammo or having to conserve, you could just go buck wild.
Well,
so something to keep in mind.
I wonder if this is true, because Jaken's saying the pack he thinks only shows up if that person kills them. So if I'm running scav and you get the kill, does a scavenger pack not spawn? I thought it spawned on every dead person regardless, but I've never ran it, so I really don't know. That's just what I assumed. Because if that works how he's saying, then it's not a good perk.
Well, depends.
Unless you're the best player on the team.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends. I think it's good either way, but I think it's especially good if it worked like it did last year, which I'm I would say 65% sure that it dropped on just everybody.
That's what I thought.
As long as someone else with scav didn't go pick it up, you could get it.
Yeah. Huh.
So I don't know how it works though. The devs don't either, to be clear, but it's something worth investigating.
The health regen on Survivor is not fake news at all, Ramin, by the way. It's literally the most noticeable perk you can run.
It is
besides
not fake,
tempered.
yeah.
It's not fake at all. It's a massive difference.
Yeah. Well,
It's
that
very
was last year
noticeable.
what I'm talking about, Jakin. So it could be, even if I'm right, it could work differently now after the
The devs also
integration.
don't
I
know. They're not sure how it works
And the devs,
either.
and once again, the devs have no idea. So like we shouldn't be expected to know as players of the game. So, but yeah, I'll try running that. So anyway, fixed an issue with the Grenadier description where it made reference to players removing shrapnel. The perk applies a debuff when enemies are damaged by explosives, but they are not expected to remove shrapnel. I remember reading that and then forgot that it had written that because I never have had to remove shrapnel, which is a good thing. So that's good. Here's a big one. Fixed an issue with Quick Fix where health was not regenerating on plating and kills. which is the fucking reason I would run it, by the way.
Yeah.
So if this is fixed, that's cool. But unless they nerf tracker, which they looks like they didn't, I don't care actually, because I'm not giving up tracker. It's too good. And as much as I love Quick Fix, and again, now that stims are very good, I just am gonna run that instead, frankly. So tracker really needs to be nerfed. It's really strong. And the bullet pen, by the way, was not fixed. That's another glaring omission from these patches. Why can you pen concrete with submachine guns and BO6? Or with BO6 guns in Warzone? They have to remove that and
Oh, we're not
tracker.
done
It's a
yet, man.
deadly,
Maybe it'll be
deadly
here.
combo. Surely. Fix an issue with Quick Fix, where inserting an armor plate, downing a player, or killing a down player now correctly starts health regen. So they said the same thing in different words twice. Okay. Fixed an issue where the default perk Quick Swap was not being applied in pre-match. This is still applied correctly in a regular match. I know what that means.
I know exactly what it means. Yeah, I was going to tell you what it meant because I knew. So that's good.
Oh, I guess you would swap weapons more slowly in the pregame lobby, but it would still work in the regular game, so no one cared. And now it also works in the pregame lobby. So, okay. By the way, this is in the perks section, which I guess whatever. Fixed an issue causing specialists to be discounted at 30% instead of 50. Okay. Field upgrades. Fixed an issue with the deploy. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the end of the perks section. Curious. Aren't there fucking lots of other perks that are still
Millions
bugged?
of other ones, or they're just
Yeah.
bad, but I guess they're not going to see this. This is the COD cycle. This is the Warzone cycle. This is why they need to stop doing this every year. So things like dexterity only giving you 2 extra meters of fall damage. Cool. It's not probably technically bugged. It's the way they intended it. So guess what? Nothing's going to change with that perk until season 3 when they decide, okay, now we're done fixing the bugs that we created these last 2 or 3 months. Now we're going to start making meaningful changes to the game. So then in April of next year, we're going to start getting changes and they're going to increase the distance you can fall and survive. They're going to double it or something, right? They're going to do that. But we're not going to get any of that because they're fixing all the fucking bugs they've created from doing the same goddamn thing every year because they're a bad company and the developers are really bad and I don't like any of them. Yeah. They're really bad, all of them. I also like how they say fix an issue of causing specialists to be discounted at 30% instead of 50 during a fire sale. When another part, they didn't say it was a bug. They said it was a gameplay decision they made. They just said, we just read it, that they are changing that to 50% to be more in line with everything else. And then here they say it was a bug. What is it? They don't even know. They don't know anything because they're bad.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Bird's Eye loses the elevation marker. That's still true, according to their patch notes.
There are millions of things that are still true. Yeah.
Yeah,
By the way, we have breaking news in chat. Private matches are in 35 required for Area 99. So we'll be playing multiplayer customs. Yeah.
Yes, we will. So, got it. Next, anyway, so yeah, lots of work to still be done. Field upgrades. Fix an issue with the deployable buy station field upgrade. Show the incorrect icons, K. Okay, whatever. Let's see. Camos. Fix an issue with challenges that require tracking kills while under an enemy UAV. Previously, it only worked if you killed the guy who called it. Now it'll work on as long as you're under the UAV. Firing range. Fixed issue that caused firing range dummies to not trigger armor break sounds when being hit with a headshot as the armor breaks. It unintentionally caused snipers to not one-shot headshot in some scenarios in the firing range. Jake and I encountered that. And yeah, whatever. Okay. Gulag. Fix an issue causing players to appear to take damage when entering the gulag. Fix an issue causing gulag events to spawn more cash than intended. So they did write it in here. Fix the hit reg in the gulag and everywhere else also.
Yeah.
And then
made the gulag
bugs.
not fake.
Yeah. Add lights to it. One light, one time.
Oh yeah, surely we got lighting changes here. Yeah, we'll get into it.
Yeah, because we're not almost done with the entire set of patch notes at all. Other is the next section for bug fixes. Let's see. Fix an issue where players would receive incorrect hit marker visual feedback when viewing kill cams. This is the supposed bug where you'd watch a kill cam, a guy would be shooting your kneecap, but he would have headshot hit markers on his screen. People on Twitter tell me, oh, this is just a visual bug. They didn't actually get headshot damage on you. I believe you, he said very sarcastically. I fucking don't. That's possible. It's also possible, hey, he actually is getting headshot damage because I also die miles and miles behind walls when he's shooting at the air, yet somehow my hitbox is still not behind the wall yet. So I don't fucking believe you. And also, remember again, COD this fucking week, went on Twitter on their official COD updates account and lied to us and said, hey, there's a blood splatter bug right now, but it's just a visual bug or whatever. It's fine. Has nothing to do with terrible, awful dog shit hit reg. And it was so egregious of a lie and a gaslight that they were community noted for it, rightfully. So to be clear, they will lie to you lots. They've done it before lots in the last 5 years. This could be a lie. Everything in these patch notes could be a lie. Many of them will in fact turn out to be lies. For example, will quick fix work correctly? We'll sure fucking see. Here's another interesting thing with quick fix, by the way, that was not mentioned. I don't know if we ever got the verdict on if your fully plating is actually slower with quick fix than without it. I don't know if that were ever true. If it was not fixed.
It is a little bit slower.
They fixed it.
It is a little bit slower, yeah. By I think 600 or 700 milliseconds, it's slower.
That's a lot slower, actually. Yeah, that's a lot slower. That sucks a lot. And it's not mentioned anywhere. Hey, run this perk where you fucking plate slower. Okay, kill yourself, devs, in a video game and not in real life. That would be against terms of service for me to say on the internet.
Yeah, it would be.
So anyway, they lied to us lots.
I think people tested this, though, and the hit marker was just a visual thing. Because I think I remember Hexsmith saying something about it, about how it was indeed just a visual bug. But I don't know. Something was up with the PP-19 because it always felt like I would die in 4 shots to my kneecap somehow. That happened lots of times, specifically with that gun, so I don't know.
Dude, me too.
The game's just really bad. That's what it comes down to, unfortunately. Warzone.
Here's another bug that I hope to see here, but I certainly won't. Let's say I have my loadout, which is to say I have an assault rifle, a submachine gun, and a knife. And I swim across a creek. And I come out of the creek. Oh, excuse me. Let's say I'm running away from 3 cheaters. Okay. And I have my knife out to infinitely tac sprint. And I have my loadout. So my only other guns are a submachine gun and an assault rifle, right? So I have my knife out. Cool design feature, by the way. So I'm tactical sprinting infinitely. I dive into the water. I swim underneath. And even cheaters can't shoot you in the water because the game sucks a lot. So I actually make it across. And then I come out of the water. And then the cheaters get banned by Ricochet. This is a fictitious scenario because that's never happened before. Something else happens. I don't know. They have a cardiac event IRL or a home invasion, which would be nice. So then I keep running with my knife out. And keep in mind, again, I have my loadout. I don't have a pistol on my character. I don't have one. And I run into a building, and then there's some little rat fuck with 8 spring mines crouched making no fucking noise in a corner, and he starts dumping me, but he's dog shit. So I omni movement, slide past the desk, press Y to equip my submachine gun, because I've been out of the water. I'm dry now, right? I'm out of the water, been out of the water for seconds and seconds and seconds and seconds. And I pull out a fucking GS45 and get slammed hard because the game sucks. Don't do that to me. If I'm not in the water, don't give me a fucking pistol ever. Don't, unless I have one equipped, don't do it. It makes me really mad, and it's gotten me killed like 3 times. And
This happened.
Just unacceptable.
This happened to me yesterday.
Unacceptable.
Yesterday when we were fighting that super sweaty team at Cargo. That one cargo building. We crossed the water. I came up. It didn't matter because we weren't in a gunfight at that point, but I have my knife out and I'm running. And then once I go to like get ready to engage them and get ready, I pull out my gun and it swaps from a knife to a pistol. Got it. I'm on land. I'm 30 meters from the water. Yeah. So cool.
This isn't like a thing that happens sometimes. You can induce it. It happens 100% of the time. Every single time you swim with your knife out, when you are out of the water for 20 minutes and then you press Y, the first thing you will always pull out is a pistol. Every single time. It doesn't sometimes happen. It always happens this way. You guys can go test it yourself unless they fixed it. Let's see, because that's why we're looking at bug fixes, right? So, point number 2. This is what reminded me of it, but this is not a fix to my issue. Fixed an issue that unintentionally made players swap the wrong gun when switching weapons and picking up a weapon at the same time. That's a good change.
Yes, I saw some funny clips of this. It was this girl, and she was staring at her gun, and it showed the icon of her loadout gun. She would swap to it. It would pick up a gun 3 feet away next to it, and then it would like drop 2 other guns on the ground, completely bugged, and entirely bugged. So that's good. I don't think it's ever happened to me, but
yeah. So there you go. Let's see what's next. Fixed an issue preventing players from leaving the match during exfil.
Huge,
because that's been a bug for at least 18 months.
Get me out of the game fast. Yeah, as quickly as possible.
Fast, yeah. Fast, lots faster, yeah. Fixed an issue causing players to get stuck in a plating animation. Never encountered that, but good. Fixed an issue where players not be able to use multiple UAVs. Good. Fixed an issue where the buy station was showing the incorrect icon. So are there more buy stations than we think because we've never seen the icon for them? They're like secret buys. I wonder if that's the case.
I doubt it.
Because we need more buy stations also.
We do need lots.
In these patch notes. Yeah, lots more. Fixed an issue allowing players to duplicate payouts completing the signal intelligence contract. This is another reason why there was way too much money on the map, is because some people were doing this, and when you slammed them hard, you would have $1 billion. So the money issue actually between this and the gulag fix might actually be okay. Actually. So that's good. Because that, I mean, even if you don't bug the signals intelligence contract, you will get $7,500 per person total. So if you're playing quads, that's a lot. That's 30K, actually. That's how much. A lot. So this is good. Fixed an issue with the ammo depot caches missing on Rebirth Island. Good. Fixed issue that prevented players from properly attaching midair to long zips in Urzikstan. That's good too. I've noticed that. Fixed numerous descriptions on weapon attachments in the gunsmith after the muzzle and underbarrel refactor. Okay.
I'm aware of what that sentence means.
I think it means if you equip like a vertical foregrip and then you go look at what the buffer weight stock does, it'll now correctly show how much more recoil it's going to help you with, factoring in the underbarrel's recoil benefit you're already getting. I think that's what that means, which is a good thing. I could be wrong though. Fixed an issue where the icon, or they could be wrong, where the icon, probably them, for certain public events were flashing repeatedly. Okay. Let's see. Kind of going to skim here. Let's see. Fixed an issue where the airspace is too crowded message and information would not display correctly when using certain kill streaks. Fixed an issue where tutorial messages and pop-ups would appear even when disabled.
Oh, good. That's something else that's a bug every single year. Yeah.
Yep.
Classic.
Yeah. And it probably still is one, to be clear, because they lie a lot, which we've talked about. Fixed missing sound when your squad is wiped. That's so important. That's such an important bug fix right now. God, it's important. It's so important. I'm glad they did that, because I really need extra sound cues when I get fucking slammed hard. That's really what I want is more sounds when I lose. Yeah, fuck you, Activision. Game sucks. Probably lots of cheaters. Fixed an issue with the plunder scoreboard causing the cash banked to display incorrectly. Okay. Let's see. That's kind of it. And that's it for the patch notes. So let me be super clear. These patch notes are fine, honestly. As negative as I sound and kind of have been for this episode, or at least that portion, these are good changes. There are some things missing here that I really would have liked to see on the Warzone end. Tracker needs to be nerfed. It also needs to be counterable. Bullet penetration needs to be nerfed a lot for BO6 guns. The rank play changes looked good. ARs probably need a lot less horizontal recoil still by default. We do need more buy stations, but a lot of these changes, the bunker buster, just remove it. But a lot of these changes are actually pretty good and are hopefully substantive more than I'm kind of being led to believe right now. I think the game, assuming all these patch notes are true, which they certainly aren't, some of these things will not be true. The game will be better after the patch than before the patch, which is kind of all you want. But besides ranked Warzone, game's going to feel pretty goddamn similar. Now, to be fair, this is a season 1 reloaded. It's not like a new season, so I'm okay with there not being a ton of new shit. That's fine. And if they need to, you know, fix a million fucking issues, again, 6th time, 5th time, then fine. I'd rather you do that than add new shit. I'm okay with that. So all that is to say, good set of patch notes. We will see how many of them are actually implemented. There's still a lot more work to be done. Please stop integrating every year. And then again, and I can't stress this enough, all of this is to say nothing about the cheater situation. To be fair, again, cheaters have not been bad for me at all in Warzone in the past like 10 days, actually.
Yeah, since they made that last tweet, actually.
Yes. So that's cool. And there is a possibility they can keep it up. And if the cheating situation stays the same as it has been for me in the past 10 days, which is to say there are some, but not crazy, and it's totally acceptable, and there are never going to be 0 cheaters in a video game, then I would be fucking smitten. I would be so happy if this remained the case. But I've been around this block lots, and let me tell you, I doubt it strongly. I doubt it really strongly. Now that Ranked comes out, that's when the cheaters love to fire up their engine-owning bullshit and fuck my ass hard. And Activision loves to not do shit about it for way too long. Because again, just this year, 2024, TTV Moon was able to kill me in Ranked Warzone on 2 separate occasions that were literally 3 weeks apart. How is he on the top 250 leaderboard for 3 fucking weeks and doesn't get banned? Blatantly walling and aimbotting. Because Activision sucks a lot. So it's possible the cheaters will be good in acceptable levels, but I, once again, doubt it very fucking strongly. We will report back on Saturday, but also let me remind you, and I'll remind you again on Saturday, if we don't encounter that many cheaters by Saturday, that will be primarily because we are not yet at Diamond. And all the cheaters will be there fast.
Yeah.
Once we get to Diamond and then play for a couple hours, that's going to be the real test. And if there are still not many cheaters, we will be the first to tell you. No one wants to not rag on Activision more than us. I love being positive, Paul, when I have occasion for it, but I will not lie to you. And Activision does not like to give me occasion to be positive, Paul. Instead, I have to be negative Ned. Lots. And it's their fault. It's not mine. So keep all of that inside your mind. And now we are going to go. Is Ranked live yet, actually?
No.
Got it.
Not that I've seen. I'm actually seeing reports though on Twitter that the hit reg feels a lot better from numerous people. I've read that now, so that's a good sign. Saying the hit reg feels better. A lot of people are saying the audio's a lot better too, which is interesting because they didn't say anything about that in the patch notes. But
okay, well, yeah.
But again, none of it will matter because now players aren't dropping ammo, so you won't be able to even shoot people to test if the hit reg is good. But wait, just drop a muni. Oh wait, I can't even fill up my full XM4 magazine because it gives me 60 arrow bullets. I've got it. I run 100 round drum mag. The game sucks quite a bit. Maybe less than it did yesterday, but it still sucks quite a bit.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at exactly. By the way, the Activision QA department does lots. He also said very sarcastically. We'll be back on Saturday. Before we go, we do have some fun and exciting announcements. First and foremost, welcome to a lot of new patrons. Keep in mind, by the way, I need to devise a new system or something because a lot of patrons are just falling through the cracks. If you don't get thanked for becoming a new patron, tell me and I will thank you. You deserve a thank you. You deserve an acknowledgement on the pod. If we don't acknowledge you, it is not personal. I didn't do it on purpose. It's because nothing on the internet or on a computer works correctly, as we've demonstrated to you today reading these patch notes, right? Or playing this fucking game. So if we don't get thanked, sorry. It was not on purpose. It was not intentional. Tell me and I'll acknowledge you. With that in mind, here are some, which may or may not be all of the new patrons we've got in the last week. Welcome to our new gold patrons, Paul B. That's a fun last name, and I want to say it, but I'm not going to dox you. But I really want to say it a lot, actually. Very cool last name, Paul. Paul B.
Kind of sounds like Italian or something, huh?
I think it's Italian.
Say it with that, say it in your head with that little flair, that little accent.
Yeah, the little
Doesn't
accent on the A.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree with you.
Got that
I think it's
Italian flair.
Yeah. And then another Italian, probably Luca, Danny M., who has a standard name.
That name I've seen so many times. I feel like he's joined the Patreon at least 30 times. I've seen this guy's specific first name and also his last name. I think we read it out every 2 months, to be honest. He's hacked the system. He's getting his name thanked constantly, and then other people just aren't at all.
Yeah, he figured it out. I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Simple Greg, okay. Llama profile picture, I think. Mark M, Trey, Eric T. And Eric T, your thanks comes with a bold, italicized, underlined asterisk because it was a gifted Patreon membership. So I don't really thank you. I thank you, I guess, for clicking the link. I thank more the person who gifted you a Patreon, so thank them. And welcome to our new gold patrons. Also, 2 hours ago, Citrusy Emmy resubbed on twitch.tv/the Dropshot podcast. Who needs better help when you can sub to the Dropshot podcast?
That's what I always say.
Months?
But
That's
shout out
what
BetterHelp too.
All the time. Tweaz. That's what I always say. Yes, true, based, and welcome back, sister, for 4 months. We appreciate it. More of you should sub on Twitch, by the way. And thank you. And sorry it was 2 hours late. Welcome, not really, to our new patrons at the platinum tier. Spidey Shelf, welcome back. You've hacked the system. And Thomas G has also upgraded from gold to platinum based. And our new Damascus patrons, better people than everyone we've mentioned so far. Ducky 9650, have fewer numbers. And once again, with a bold, underlined, and italicized asterisk, Steel Switch, because the real thank you goes to Benjamin G with the gifted patronage to Steel Switch.
Yeah.
Also, Urban Bigfoot, longtime listener, was also gifted a Patreon membership by, I want to say, Drock, also known as D-Rock of TwistedBarrelPizza.com fame. So if you live in the bullshit state of Minnesota and or Maine, move. But if you refuse to move, go buy his pizzas because he's been a longtime friend of the pod as well. And thank you very much, King. We also got new annual Obsidian patrons. Wow. First of whom is Doc Lopper, who is an amputator, aka Flores, aka Surgery Boy, aka my favorite, Surgery Bitch, who is now an annual Obsidian patron. Wow. Extremely kind and generous. We welcomed you in the Discord. Thought I did it on a podcast. Maybe I did, and you've lied to me, but maybe I didn't, so I'm just going to cover my bases. Thank you very much, King. Great to have you here. I remember when you were new, actually, which is the crazy part, because it wasn't that long ago. And that's how you become a true integrated member of the Dropshot community, is to give us fucking lots of money. Based.
Yeah.
And by the way, you're a fucking medical doctor, so this thank you also comes with an asterisk.
Meh.
Because it's like $5 to you. Meh. Yeah. Meh. But you've done your part, and we appreciate it. Thank you very much, King. It's a lot of money. And going annuals bonkers, so we very much appreciate you. Big dog. And the real Chad move, going straight to annual Obsidian. I think we've never seen this before. I only think we've seen upgrades. But going from not a patron to annual Obsidian. AR codes. Change it. Lots. Incredible work. Just incredibly based. To a degree we've never seen
Wasn't
before.
annual.
Okay.
So,
Thanks with an asterisk once again. Yeah, I mean, going straight to Obsidian monthly is fine, and we will take it. Absolutely.
It's
and
great,
it is based,
actually, yeah.
But it's not... If you stay for 12 months or longer, then it's even more based, actually, yeah. Because you do not get the 12 or 16% discount, and I don't remember which, for going annual, and I'll never remember or check which. By the way, AR codes! Thank you very much, dude. Obsidian is an absurd flex, and we love it and appreciate it. And by the way, if you're an Obsidian patron, join the fucking Discord now. You guys have your own channel, and your name is far above everyone else's, including our mods. So you can look really cool.
Yeah.
Because you are really cool for being Obsidian. So we really appreciate that for both of you. Absolute kings. On the topic of the Patreon, we'll talk more about that in a second. We also got some donations. This one's from Tolar, very old man, who donated 20 United States dollars, and he has the message to cover for running Devil's Espresso off the cord, an event I remember to a person I remember.
Yeah. I remember that for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Tolar.
I'm not searching the Discord at all trying to figure out who that was, because I remember it.
We expected and wanted monetary compensation for you having done that thing to that person that we remember, and also we remember.
I remember.
Yeah.
He started just talking in like Warzone General or something, and everyone was mean to him like our patrons normally are, and then he left the Discord because our patrons are really bad, and they're also mean, and they're also
gatekeeping,
shit.
Giving us money, which I don't love. Yeah.
So he gave us $20.
Be inclusive now.
Yeah.
Tolar, thank you very much for the $20. That was not necessary.
It was.
But it was necessary for Thanksgiving and or Christmas, but it wasn't necessary for whatever the fuck you say you did. But we appreciate it. Thank you very much, dude. And a better person than you, Tolar, is Benji! With another donation, he said, thanks for another year of great content. Could have used a better word than great. And exceptional, perfect, and laughs, and too many ands for the community you provide for me. And there's another one for many others. Wow. Here's your inflation-adjusted, based 100 United States dollar donation. Thanks, Obama, in parentheses, with 120.
Wow.
USD. Wow. Incredible. Ben, very kind of you, sir. Longtime listener, head mod, by the way. Mods, lots, more than any other mod, besides me, probably, and Tanner. And that's only because of Bates, by the way. That's only because of Bates. Stop.
Yeah, we might have to start paying one of our mods to just have notifications on for only Bates posts so they can moderate
Bates
him.
Wrangler. Yeah, that could be good. Yeah. Doesn't this community, this Discord, sound really fun and like you want to be a part of it, but you're not? Idiot listening, you should join it. Anyone can. And it's fun and exciting. Ben, thank you very much for the $120. Extremely based God King. You do lots for the community as well, including and especially things like that. So we very much appreciate you, dude. Extremely kind of you. On the topic of supporting this podcast, which we would like, you can gift subs on Patreon now. The discount does not apply, unfortunately, to gifted Patreon memberships, but it's actually way easier to do than we thought. Basically, you say, hey, I want to gift someone whatever, Damascus. So you go to Patreon, you say that, and then it says, bet, pay me. And then once you do, you get a link. And then it says, send that link to whoever the fuck you want. They click it and you're good. So it's actually very easy to send to people. You can even just like this, and this would be fun. I would like to see it. It would incentivize being active in the Cord. Someone should buy lots of memberships and fucking vomit them onto the Cord like a beta code giveaway and just say, good luck, bitch, first come, first served. I would like that a lot. That would make me laugh and smile. Yes.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah, that hilarious. Yeah, I'd be so mad. Grr. So yeah, that would be cool. But anyway, yeah, you can gift subs now and it's very easy. And Patreon is the best way to support the program. And it's also the best bang for your buck. And if you're one of the people to give a gifted sub, the first 5, there's a super secret special surprise, which is definitely not a goddamn thing. So if you want a prize, keep that in mind.
It's something for sure.
It's definitely something. And then also, if you are not very likable and won't be gifted a Patreon membership, you can always beg, and I would encourage you guys to do that. But if that doesn't work for you because you're unlikable, which is most of you, especially if you're not a patron by now, you can always become a patron your goddamn self for 50% off for the entire month of December. Many people, as we've gone over, have taken advantage of that. But yeah, if you want ad-free episodes, early access episodes, and 3+ bonus eps every month, you can do that for as little as $2.50 for the month of December, which is like highway robbery on your end. So do a higher tier, but you could capitalize on that gold tier. A lot of bang for your buck, and we would appreciate it. We are doing we did a patron Q&A for our platinum and above patrons. It was good only because Tanner and I are extremely talented podcasters and certainly had nothing to fucking do with your guys' dog shit questions that the well has gone dry on, by the way.
Everyone really liked us talking about Tarkov for 15 minutes, by the way.
Yeah, they enjoyed that a lot. Yep, for sure.
And it's your fault
to punish them lots.
And it's your fault for not asking enough questions and also not asking good questions. So
absolutely correct. So ask more. But that episode is live. We will be doing lots more, especially now that there is a new patch to talk about, including probably almost certainly one at least zombies bonus ep this month, at least and at most. There will be exactly one on Citadel Des Morts. That will be cool. But then we'll do, obviously one at least for sure on Warzone, and then a little flex spot, something COD related. So yeah, that happened. Damascus Hangouts are this Friday, which is to say tomorrow at, 6 p.m. Pacific time. We will be doing multiplayer customs unless we have suddenly a lot more active Damascus patrons that want to show up. Because unfortunately, Warzone customs are in, but it requires 35 players to start a lobby, which we can scarcely get by spamming our friends list. So show up if you really want to for Resurgence and get everyone else to. Otherwise, we will do some multiplayer customs. There's some cool party modes in now. We'll do some of those. And then we'll also do some, Giga Sweat ones or whatever you guys like to do. Should be fun. Hit the like button now on YouTube. And Activision devs do not play their own game. That's my new bye. That's my new sign off phrase.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
So there you go.
Bye.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay.